We now have our first name as the New York Jets seek some help on the offensive side of the football from a coaching perspective. A familiar name to Jet fans. We'll talk about it. Plus, an update of the DC search. We'll talk about that too. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show also available wherever you get your podcast. And we have to get to some non-Jets news first, but as much as I could do that solo and am prepared to, I want to do it with another guy who shares in that similar message. Let's go to our special guest here on a Sunday. He's doing double duty. It is Hop on Pop Baby here on the program with the nice BG cap. Nice.
Hey now.
There you go. And the shout out to our number one Austrian Jet fan with the Paul Eston Jr. and Paul Eston Sr. gear. This is like the coolest gear of all time. I love this shirt and get a lot of compliments when I'm just walking the streets. So like, what the? I'm like, sorry, pal. But before we get to any Jet stuff, Pop, and again, if people want to skip ahead, there's a full article in the YouTube description down below and the news matter that's here. It's Zariah Luna's birthday, baby. She turns 4 today. My beautiful daughter, Zariah Luna. I got a bunch of photos of, man, it just, and when I was seeing these, because I have a million photos on my phone, and you can never, there's too many. I get restricted on how many photos you can upload in a single post, but it's just so lucky. So many people want to be dads out there and can't for whatever reason. Like, man, I've got the coolest job in the world. And no, it's not as a Jets podcast host. It's being a dad. And to see Zariah Luna and her spunk and apparently trying to take my podcast hosting job at some point. She slaps the headphones on. She comes over to the area. She loves wearing hats. She says, Dad, hat. And I'm like, all right, yes, hats. And then she wears the hats and then runs all over the house. So, oh man, and then again, the spunk, just every hat in the house is Zariah Luna's to control. And so a big happy birthday. So I've put the goal in, and you could say whatever you'd like, Pop. I put the goal in of, I don't even know what I put. It was, 20 super chats. But it could be as many as you want. I just want to hear wows as much as possible. So membership, super chats, whatever you guys want, throw them out in the universe. We're celebrating Zariah Luna today on top of some cool Jets news to talk about. Man, it's a great day, and I'm so lucky to be alive. And Pop, I don't know.
Yes, she's an amazing little girl for sure, and there's nothing better than being a dad. That is 100%.
So, again, shout out to Zariah Luna. My wonderful daughter turns 4 today, and we'll be doing a little dinosaur party here at the house. It's the middle of a snowstorm, so we'll see if we're able to escape out to our little diner here locally, but we'll see what happens. Folks, there is a lot of developing news. We also have a DC search update. We'll save that for later because let's get to the offensive thing. And, before we do, let me address real quick some of the activity in the chat. MFC, mother effing chew. Is that how you pronounce it, Pop?
That's right. Motherfucking chew.
All right, MFC, that is a 15th raffle ticket for you, good sir. Where did that go, Pop?
That went to Gator McCluskey Rules.
Oh, very nice. Okay, shout out to Gator. By the way, MFC, you're back on our top 5 leaderboard. More on that coming up here shortly, so I appreciate that. MFC with a raffle ticket here on the program. We got a super chat, baby. Aunt Jets82, who we met, of course, at the tailgate special at the restaurant last year. Yes.
Wow.
Again, let's let those wows rain from the high heavens. $5 super chat saying happy birthday to Miss Zariah Luna. Again, Zozo. She goes by a lot of names. Paul Boy Green. I guess it runs in the family, I suppose. So Aunt Jets 82, thank you much. Thank you so much, excuse me, for sending that along. That is beautiful. We'll add that to your raffle ticket total here in just a minute. We also have some memberships raining in, Pop, some more. So let's get to that here on the program, which is friggin' amazing. Let's do that here. And then I promise we'll get to the activity at hand as well. Number one Austrian Jets fan, 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Here we go. Mr. Famous Fulton's Mickey Mouse impression for the Hoosiers. Very nice. All right. Who are the 5 new members of the Boy Green Coffee Club, Pop?
Big Will X6F, Goose McGee, who I believe is a cousin with Tits McGee.
Yes.
With who's on assignment. Jets fans forever. Pred 796, Kel Rilo, and that's it.
Okay, beautiful. That is 48 raffle tickets for our number one Austrian Jets fan, and we'll get to one more super chat here, and then we'll get to our business here. But how can we not celebrate Zariah Luna, baby?
Wow.
A $2 Euro super chat, which counts as a normal raffle ticket as you head to the bucket here. Beautiful by number one Austrian Jet fan. Happy birthday, ZL, the little princess. Yes, thank you, our number one Austrian Jets fan. That's another raffle ticket for you, good sir. 49 raffle tickets so far this month. And we'll check in on some other super chats and memberships throughout today's program, which I'm very excited about. Thank you guys for all the support for me and my family. That is very much appreciated. We'll have, again, more on that in just a little bit. Pop, I'm going to be honest. When it all sort of leaked out that, the Jets were strongly looking at offensive people. Again, they have a vacancy at quarterback coach now. Tanner Engstrand is set to be reassigned to somewhere else. So that's another big piece of the puzzle, potentially. In my head, I'm like, who in the hell is coming in here for this? Like, what is AG going to be looking for? Is he looking for a young guy? Is he looking for an old guy? Like, what's going to be happening here? And I was like trying to do research yesterday. I'm like, who are the top offensive coordinator candidates? I was like sifting through names, and I'm like, no one seems to make sense. And then late last night, as I was doing all my work and research, I get the update, Pop, that there is a name that has sprung up for the New York Jets that I haven't thought about in a few years, but Frank Reich, the former Super Bowl champion offensive coordinator with the Eagles in 2017, longtime NFL backup quarterback, and according to NFL insider Connor Hughes of SNY, among the names he's heard linked to the Jets as they search for a veteran play caller to add to their coaching staff, Frank Reich has entered the octagon. What are your initial thoughts, Bob, on this 64-year-old being a thought for AG and a former AG teammate? They were Jets teammates back in 1996.
My initial thought is it could be interesting. It's I would say surrounding himself with someone with head coaching experience could be beneficial to him in the long run. And his resume, forget his NFL resume, which is about 500, I believe, wins loss, ballpark. He's got a pretty good quarterback resume as one of the few select people, the greatest comeback in NFL history, right? In January 3rd, 1993 against the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, right. For our younger audience, yes, that was the team. Yes.
Yeah, they came back from 35-3 to come back and bring his team to victory. I think he threw for 4 or 5 touchdowns in the second half. Pretty good. Came in for the broken down Jim Kelly.
Yes. So. Yeah. That's so he and as I was telling Pop before the show, he also orchestrated for a long time. It held up Not only did he have the largest comeback in NFL history, which is pretty cool, he held the largest comeback in college football history as well. On November 10th, 1984, Maryland backup quarterback Frank Reich engineered what was then the largest comeback. It has since been surpassed here in the 21st century. But he rallied his Terrapins from a 31-0 deficit to a 42-40 victory over the University of Miami. And sorry, Trackhawks ATL, for bringing this up, our Hurricanes fan in the audience. But yeah, so Frank Reich, which is, again, of course, it's immediately met with complaints from the peanut gallery, because I posted like, whoa, like sort of like, wow, that was a surprising name on Twitter as I was going back. And this wouldn't be the first time the Jets pursued Frank Reich. Back in 2023, Robert Saleh, as he was sorting through his OC options, he reached out to Frank Reich, and I believe, let me make sure I get my years right here. What was that? Yeah, so of course Frank Reich didn't take that job. He got the head coaching gig with the Carolina Panthers. So that offseason, so yeah, no thanks, Jets. I don't want to be your random guy. I could be a head coach. So Frank made the right decision and got a lot of money for that decision. But it's not the first time that they've pursued him. And the thing that gets me, again, excited is I said the first thing that popped in my head when I saw his name, I'm like, oh, man, the 2017 season with the Eagles. Like, they won the Super Bowl. He was the offensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl, and the quarterback play was elite that season. Carson Wentz was in the MVP conversation all year long, and then his ACL exploded when he dove at the goal line against the Rams, and so he was out for the year. And then backup quarterback Nick Foles had to step in for the final couple games of the season, and he was sort of mediocre during the regular season, the 3 games, Nick Foles had to play, but then he took it to another level in the playoffs. He averaged over 300 passing yards per game. He had 6 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a 70+% completion percentage. He did very well in the playoffs, and of course he has a stature in Philadelphia now. They won a Super Bowl, but Eagles people immediately started yelling at me on social media, including your favorite beat reporter that joins the show, Nick Ferris, saying, boo, he didn't even call the plays. His role wasn't that great. I don't know, man. I feel like everyone's just going to complain about everything. They say, AG stinks, fire the staff. He fires the staff. And they're like, AG, you're not going to be able to hire anyone because you suck. And then he's talking to Frank Reich. Well, Frank Reich sucks and he's old. Oh, okay. Is there any Jesus himself? Could he be spoken to for this offensive coordinator role? And some people go, I'm an atheist. I don't even believe in him. Like, I don't even know where we're going to go from here. Like, to me, this is a surprising name. I'm like, damn. I was sort of not feeling great about the options that would be available for this role or roles, depending on what else Tanner has. And Frank sort of surprised me. And by the way, I want to give a huge shout out. I didn't at the beginning of the show, but I did in the YouTube shorts. So you could check the tape from early this morning, like 6 hours ago. EZ was the first one that brought up the Frank Reich name a couple months ago when he was talking about a potential addition to the staff. So EZ, I gave you a shout out on the short. I just want to give you a shout out now, buddy. So you put that name out into the universe. So excellent work, EZ. But yeah, so like, this thing was sort of like, all right, a little higher register, but all right. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I think in my opinion, I think he does bring a lot to the table. I think, not the first time I'll say this, not the last. Nick Ferry is an idiot. He didn't.
By the way, you didn't use your normal thing. He brings a lot to the yard. You had a chance to your extra there, but so Nick Ferry's an idiot. Okay, all right.
Yeah. To say that particular take, that's a bad take, right? I mean, he obviously orchestrated the offense. Well, he didn't call the plays. Well, you were on the sideline, right? If you go back and look, right, to plug and play a backup quarterback. Actually, Denver Broncos may want to give him a call before tonight's game, but get the most out of their backup quarterback. To me, Frank Reich is an interesting hire. I think he's a little
just real quick. It's not a hire yet. It's just
an interesting prospect. I know he's not a hire yet.
Yeah. Just to the people if they misinterpret.
To me, he lines right up with number 2 from yesterday. He's only Cliff Kingsbury is a more modernized version of Frank Reich, right? They both have done well molding young quarterbacks in the past. Frank, a little longer ago, if you will.
Sure.
But I think it does a lot, right? There aren't many head coaching jobs in the NFL. To have somebody that did it for a handful of years could only help AG in the experience department. And I still like Cliff Kingsbury better than Frank Reich, but I don't poo-poo Frank Reiter or his accomplishments.
Yeah, and also another piece of this puzzle, for those who, again, don't remember Frank Reich from his playing days, he was a backup quarterback. That's what he was for most of his career. Now, every once in a while, obviously, he was called upon. So that means that when you're a backup quarterback, you're basically a quasi-coach. You're holding a clipboard. That, like, he was already a coach before he actually was even a coach. And you mentioned it before, he's been an NFL head coach before, so that experience is what AG was looking for last offseason, and it didn't work out for him. And here's the thing, I heard so many people talking trash about Frank Reich. What a shitty head coach he was with the Colts and Panthers. Yeah, how about this? Yeah, did this happen in the job interview? When Frank Reich accepted the Colts job, he's like, whoa, sweet, Andrew Luck. I'm gonna be here for 10 years. This is great. And that poor bastard found out in the preseason, oh, your superstar quarterback, sorry, he's retiring. Here's Jacoby Brissett, though. Like, and then everyone trashes Frank Reich for what he did. Couldn't figure it out. Well, he signed up for Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck says, yeah, I'm just sort of done playing football. So that sucks for Frank, and no one talks about that, but everyone easily dunks and shits all over Frank. How's that his fault?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's, it is true. It's, whether it's quarterbacks in the past couple of years, you would talk about, the Jets going after quarterbacks, everyone blowing, oh, that guy's trash. I would never have him as our quarterback. And then that person goes on to great success. Jets fans are forever, eternally optimistic on this will be the Jets' year, and internally pessimistic on hires and decisions by the team.
Yeah, it just feels that way. So I didn't even see this. So Easy was actually in here to claim his own credit, but I was willing to give it to him anyway. A super chat coming in from Easy. Let's get it in.
Wow.
100% Easy. Again, check the tape last night at like 1 a.m. I went Easy in the middle of the short. So you definitely got your credit, but I will give it to you once again here. The one and only Edward Ziff, baby. Yes.
Yeah, I actually, upon, I didn't really look that much about this until I saw the article just 5 seconds before I signed on. But I would say, if we're really going to leave no stone unturned, like Frank Reich as an assistant head coach with a specialty of quarterback coach / assistant head coach, the helping Aaron Glenn at times, who has struggled as he's coming into his own as a head coach, someone that's been there, done that, could help him. And then you don't pin down it's clearly his specialty. We work with the quarterbacks, then you bring in an offensive coordinator. I think that's a possibility too. I've talked about that before. So I think he could definitely bring a lot to the team. There's no salary cap on coaching, so let's get serious, right?
Yeah, and again, if Eagles people led by Nick Ferry want to, Frank Reich didn't do anything in 2017. If he didn't call plays, fine. Which again, he knows better than me. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I've never said that he called plays on social media or here or anywhere. I didn't say he called plays, but all I'm saying is he at least worked with the quarterbacks who all had immaculate years. Carson Wentz had a great year. Nick Foles, who stepped in for him, took over and they won the Super Bowl. So he had to have something to do with that, I would think. And plus, people have already said, who the hell is AG going to hire? Because you can't hire anyone because he sucks. So no matter what the name is, it would have been trashed upon. So Easy, again, you deserve a lot of credit here. Just because we're in the middle of Super Chat land, let me get a few more in. Chef Kevin Gilbert, baby. Let's freaking go, Chef. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Zariah Luna. Cheers to 100 more, baby. That's the best. And
Hey.
real quick, Nanga Iboko says, Jesus wouldn't be acceptable either. Doesn't have prior experience.
Yes.
Jesus out. Okay.
We're not hiring a carpenter to be, anyways. I think I would like to go back. I think you skipped motherfucking Chew. He did a happy birthday before the Austrian Jets fan. I don't want to skip over him. You recognize the gifting of a membership, but we did miss his super chat wishing Zariah a happy birthday.
Thank you for catching that. Again, StreamYard's supposed to star every super chat. I try to double check that. So thank you for catching that. And thank you, MFC, baby.
Wow.
Thank you very much. And by the way, if any guys, I never want to miss super chats because I appreciate you guys doing that. If I ever do, please scream from the rooftops. My father's paying attention. I never want to miss any of your super chats. So thank you very much, MFC, and everyone that's decided to super chat or gift membership so far. I try to always see it so I don't miss it, but just in case, please let me know. I would hate to miss it. Go ahead, Pop.
Yeah, I whether it's this or something else, I've advocated for last year and before that, when Saleh was given the told him to kick rocks. There are experienced coaching available, right? Mm-hmm. There are head coaches out there. If you look on their staff, and they have 2 or 3 previous head coaches on their team. You know, you look at, I won't give specifics, but it's, and I'll tell you that build the teams, help Aaron Glenn build the team. And Aaron Glenn, this is what they say: A-type personalities should hire A-type personalities, right? B-type personalities don't hire A's because they are intimidated. So Aaron Glenn needs to hire the best staff available. No more Steve Wilkes, no more whatever else, and go out there and get some talent that will help develop this team.
Look at this, Naga Iboko with a $5 super sticker, which I'm still unclear, like, what exactly that is. But
wow.
Nonetheless, that's another wow, baby. Naga Iboko with a super sticker for Zariah Luna, which is terrific. So thank you so much, Naga. We had another update. So yesterday, Pop, we were talking about a lot of things that were coming in. And by the way, Naga, you're up to 14 raffle tickets for our contest this month. Thank you very much. We were talking about the insider report that Tanner Engstrand, and he said, happy birthday, Zariah Luna. Thank you, Naga. You're the best. We're talking about how the NFL insider report from Aaron Wilson said that Tanner Engstrand's role was changing, but we really didn't know for what. And Connor Hughes reported. So I wrote a story late last night on the latest information we had, posted that. 5 seconds later, the Frank Reich story hit. So then I covered that story. But apparently, Aaron Glenn had been making calls around the league, according to Connor Hughes, to veteran offensive play callers, which seemed to suggest we knew where Tanner Engstrand's role was going to be. And now we have this update from Connor Hughes. Tanner Engstrand is officially not expected to call plays in 2026. While the Jets are still determining his role, a new play caller is expected to be added to the staff here, Pop. So, again, we're speculating yesterday based on the latest intel. Now we have this update that he's unlikely going to be calling plays, it appears. And feel free to share your take on this, but I would just say this. Did Tanner show some creative stuff last year, and were there some open wide receivers? Yes. But would I dive in front of a bullet for him to save him? No. Chris Banjo? Yes. He was elite, spectacular. I would dive in front of a bullet to save that guy for the staff and pound the table and say, oh my God, we got to save him. Tanner? The offense stunk. Now, I get it. The quarterback play was awful. Sucks to suck. I'm sorry, pal. But if the Jets are going to say, we're going to try to improve that position, okay, great. I don't want to be complacent here. Chris Banjo was as good as it gets, but Tanner Engstrand, he wasn't perfect by any means. So I'm not going to, flip out and get angry that they're replacing Tanner Engstrand, even if I thought he showed some signs. Like, if they want to try to upgrade, great. This offense was terrible last year. They should try to make as many upgrades as possible. Am I being too loosey-goosey here, Pop? There's a lot of fans that seem upset, as they're upset apparently about everything, upset that Tanner Engstrand's getting passed over. They think this is a mistake by AG because he's a first-time NFL play caller.
Yeah, I don't think this is a mistake at all. I think Aaron Glenn needs to do something different. I think he should have done it in the middle of the season. It's no stone unturned. Mm-hmm. And I actually have just got some breaking news.
Oh my goodness!
From an insider. I'm going to break this.
Wait. Let me hit it for you. Yeah, give us the latest.
There is a previous head coach, a previous NFL Coach of the Year candidate who is interested in getting back into the league in some form or fashion. I recommend the Jets consider him as their offensive coordinator going forward and assistant head coach. And that is, drum roll, please.
Yep, I got it here. 1 second. Here we go.
Jason Garrett.
Whoa. The guy who interviewed for the Tennessee Titans head coaching job this offseason?
Jason Garrett, 2016 NFL Coach of the Year, was able to lead a unknown, late round draft pick rookie quarterback to the Offensive Player of the Year. 13-3 his rookie season. Not too shabby.
So do you just have an affinity for backup quarterbacks here? Jason Garrett, Frank Reich? I mean, it's sort of like I'm reading the dating profile here. It's getting a little weird, man.
I'll tell you what. You look at his win-loss record, not too shabby. On the north side of right, it's around 600-ish. I don't have the percentages in front of me, but his win-loss record solid. Several 12-win seasons, helped as offensive coordinator of the Giants. I think he wouldn't be opposed to coming back again with head coaching experience. Could help out Aaron Glenn. I think, again, am I saying he's the best person out there? No. Am I saying he has a proven track record at helping develop Pro Bowl quarterbacks? Yes, I am. Right out of nowhere, Dak Prescott out of nowhere, 13-3. Right, that wasn't by chance. And who do you think helped develop him? It was Jason Garrett. He's not my favorite coach of the past of any team.
Yeah.
But I tell you that these are the types of thoughts that the Jets should have. Like, why not? Bring him in. What do you got to say? What would you do to fill this quarterback role? What would you do? Bring him in as an advisor. Do anything. Bring him as an advisor before the draft. This guy's been sitting on the sideline doing nothing but analyze NFL players. I tell you, it'd be a great consideration for the Jets to consider him.
Yeah.
Leave no stone unturned. And he's talked about dipping back his toe back in the water as he did interview for the Tennessee Titans job.
He did. Yeah. So he's coached 152 games in his career. He was a head coach for 10 years in the NFL, 85-67 record. He had 3 double-digit win seasons. 2014, he was 12-4. 2016, he was 13-3. And 2018, he was 10-6. So, yeah. And you look at like a bad year for him. So he had one awful year in 2015. That was a lot of the injuries. They went 4-12. But all these other years, when he stepped in, Wade Phillips is who he came in for, right, Pop?
That's correct.
Okay, so 5-3 when he stepped in for Wade Phillips across the 8 games of that season. Then he was 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 12-4, the 4-12 year with the injuries. 13-3, 9-7, 10-6, 8-8. Sign me up for some of that action, man. And I didn't run into him like I got to talk to him, but we were there at the same time. He has visited training camp several times that I've been there for NBC to do some additional insights, work, consulting, whatever you want to call it. Doing some of that action. So yeah, JG, that's an interesting name. And I heard NC Green was doing sort of the age look up there. He said he's 59 years old, so plenty young enough. There's no question about it. And again, I just find narratives interesting. So again, a lot of people are trashing Frank Reich right now. But I go back, I found this old tweet. So, if you tweet it, it's forever. It was my tweet, but it was from a podcast. National analyst Mo Moten. It's old when Derek Carr is on your screen in a Jets jersey. But in 2023, national analyst Mo Moten was asked about, offensive coordinator possibilities. And he said, quote, if they could swing Frank Reich, to me, that would be a home run offensive coordinator hire. So 3 years ago, it would have been a home run hire. And now 3 years later, everyone's like, trash. Something's missing there. I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out into the universe. So fascinating, all this stuff on this. And let's get one more. Well, first off, Pop, do you have anything else offensively to say? Because we do have a defensive coordinator update to get to.
No. I just my whole theme is I gave a few people yesterday. So now you throw in Frank Reich, Jason Garrett. Now you get a 5-pack. And I'm willing to go to a 4-pack and let Jay Gruden matriculate elsewhere. But that's a 4-pack of solid people. The Jets should get aggressive and let's fricking go.
Jay Gruden.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed too.
Jay Gruden, John Gruden, Gruden Yahtzee. Okay, I like the cut of your jib, sir. All right, that's interesting. And here it is. So we've got some bad news and then maybe bad news, depending on how you feel about this guy. So yesterday, we also put this up in a YouTube short. So Wink Martindale flew into New York as long as weather pending. I'm not sure if he was able to make it in or not, but he was scheduled to fly in anyway for his visit with the Jets. And there was this specific wording from ESPN's Rich Cimini that it appears to be headed in a positive direction. This was yesterday as he was set to fly to New York. Quote, it wouldn't be a surprise if a deal is wrapped up within 24 hours. So by all accounts, it seems like Wink Martindale is going to be the next defensive coordinator for the Jets. By that reporting from yesterday afternoon, we'll see if any developments happen. And if you guys see anything on social media, please let us know. And the other piece of the puzzle here, Dad, is the guy I've been waiting for is Jim Leonard. And he can't interview with anyone in person until Monday, which today's Sunday. We'll get our conference championship picks later. But he can't interview with anyone in person until Monday. So I was hoping the Jets would wait it out to get a second chance to speak with him. But even if they did wait till tomorrow, a new team has entered the octagon, which is deflating news for Jet fans. Green Bay Packers have mutual interest. And Jim Leonard, obviously, mutual. It goes both ways. They both have interest in each other for the defensive coordinator role. And this is a plot hole I didn't see coming. That could pluck his heartstrings. He was born and raised in Wisconsin. He was offered the Packers gig back in 2021, but he was at the time at Wisconsin, so he didn't want to make the jump yet. He thought he was going to be the head coach. He only got to be the head coach interim status for a little bit. So even if the Jets waited out for Leonard, it sounds like Mama's calling home, and they're going to – I thought we had a great chance. I was like, he played for the Jets. He knows AG. He knows Moochie. Oh, this is going to be perfect. And unfortunately, this Packers plot twist is a real kick in the loin. So my dream target I want, it just doesn't sound very good that the Jets would even have a shot at him. And anyway, there's this Wink Martindale update. How should Jet fans feel? You saw him in the NFC East forever, like with some of those Giants teams a couple of years ago. There was his last time in the NFL, this aggressive mullet, chop the hey, wait a second, you're a fellow chop the sleeves off shirt kind of guy, so he's sort of barking up that tree. What about Wink Martindale? It sounds like, according to the latest reporting, which was yesterday afternoon, Rich Cimini again wouldn't be surprised if a deal came to fruition within a 24-hour period.
Yeah, I think he's a viable candidate. It's all about personalities. He's been said to be a lot on occasion.
There has
and is that going to mesh with what Aaron Glenn's building? I mean, that's a real thing, right? Is he going to, rightfully so, people say differently, rightfully so, right? Aaron Rodgers was not an Aaron Glenn guy, and he didn't want him breaking the chemistry up. That's my concern with the Mr. Tic-Tac-Toe, if you will, that he may break up the chemistry, bringing his personality to the yard. So I do think the Jets, who I believe, I could be wrong, and I'm sure you'll correct me because you like to do that. Sure. I could be wrong. The team that had the first defensive coordinator opening this year, I believe, was the Jets, and they're letting the bus is passing by as teams who were several weeks to a month or 5 weeks later than the Jets are already filling those roles. So the Jets need to get off the fucking pot, right? What are they doing? Well, the chairs, the music is going to stop. There's not going to be a chair. And the Jets, next thing you know, is their ass is going to be sitting on the floor. So they need to move.
So we'll get to the phone lines. I know people are anticipating. They do need to move. I'd like to get the defensive coordinator hire sooner rather than later so we can start assessing free agency and get the right guys. So if you get Wink, what is Wink like? Do we have the guys that he likes on the roster? If not, we need to quickly try to attain those guys. But it seems like the Jets are the only team interested in Wink right now, which in theory could give you a chance to explore some of those other options. But also, I thought the same thing for your old boy, Mike McCarthy. Big Mike to Pittsburgh, his hometown. I hadn't heard him, like, he had done a couple of interviews, but he didn't sound hot and heavy anywhere else. And boom, out of nowhere, Pittsburgh brings him in. I was like, wow, okay. So, like, I was just, and they didn't wait it out, right? So, like the Steelers, for instance, they couldn't talk to any of these in-person guys this week, whether Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, Patriots, until Monday. But they didn't even wait out Monday to see if they could have. They just said, "Nah, we're good. We're just going to take this guy." So for the Jets, for the same thing, to not even have the chance at some of those guys, if you don't wait another day in this particular case, just would be sort of stunning. Especially since it doesn't seem like the same thing for Steelers. It didn't seem like it was Mike McCarthy. Oh God, we gotta hire him, or someone else will. It seems like the same thing for Wink. I haven't heard him do any other interviews.
Yeah, I don't know. Right. There's an example, right? Head coaching jobs are falling. I am concerned about the volatility in the coaching room and clashing with Aaron Glenn. But yeah, man, they just need to, stop speculating. They started with 50 million interviews. Let's just hire somebody and move on. Rip the Band-Aid off.
There you go. Again, let's give another massive happy birthday shout out to my beautiful daughter, Zariah Luna, who turns 4 today. And we'll be celebrating with a little cool, she loves dinosaurs. So we will be celebrating with her dinosaurs. And shout out to Tatiana. She bought and blew up all these dinosaur balloons. And those are the moments as a parent now that, like, when they see something, you get sort of a rev out of it. And when she went into you guys think that this is pretty cool, right? You guys all give super chats so you can hear.
Wow.
To hear her go into the living room and see all these balloon dinosaurs going, wow! I just wish I would have recorded it, but I have it now forever in my brain. So, like, the live wows are something else in particular. So, I can't wait for that. So that's great. So again, shout out to everybody so far. We've had MFC membership, Austrian Jet Fan membership, super chats and super stickers from Nanga Iboko, MFC, Easy, Chef Kevin Gilbert, number 1 Austrian Jet Fan, and Jets 82. Thank you guys so much. And again, keep those wows coming. Pop, are you ready for the phone lines?
Yeah, actually, you've forgotten. I must go meet my commitment to the church this morning, so I'll have to.
Oh, are you talking about the offensive coordinator role? Is that in discussions or?
No, I have to prepare as a liturgist for today. You can Google that later, but So, anyways, so I will let you handle the phone lines, and I will see the team next Saturday.
Well, Pop, thank you so much for the double dip. Appreciate it. And again, blessed be he. Take care of business. 10 toes down, as the kids say. And we will see you soon.
Yeah. And again, I've said before, I'll say it again. Happy birthday, Zozo. Pop will call you later for your birthday.
There you go. Excellent. There you go. There's Pop. And getting ready to deliver. To do some preaching at the church. Beautiful. That would be absolutely terrific. Actually, Pop, if you're still there, can you give us your conference championship picks real quick?
Oh, yes. Can you still hear me? I've moved the mic away.
Yep. I got you. We'll hear it loud and clear. Yep.
Yeah, I believe. Let me get. So the easy one is Sam Darnold is going to the Super Bowl, which should excite Jets fans a few years late.
I love Sammy. Yeah.
Hold on. I am going to say.
All right. While you're pulling that up, Jets Worldwide says, do you wear that BG hat to Mass?
I do not.
That's too bad. All right. Well, there you go.
Right. I believe that, I don't know how to pronounce his name, the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos.
Oh, Jarrett Stidham.
Jarrett Stidham is going to channel his inner Frank Reich today.
Oh.
Denver, Seattle Super Bowl. It's happening.
My only hope is that the Super Bowl is a lot better this time around, 43-8. Why I randomly remember that, I have no idea. But, yeah, there was a bloodbath. It started with the Peyton Manning safety snap out of the back of the end zone, and the Seahawks destroyed the Broncos at MetLife Stadium. So I hope the game's a lot closer. But, yeah, I have that same gut feeling, Pop. Again, I'm taking Seattle. Sammy is going to go to the Super Bowl, and I'm so happy for him. That's amazing. I had always envisioned him hoisting the Lombardi trophy, of course, with a different jersey on, as was on the bingo card. But man, Sean Payton's a really smart guy, and he has loved Jarrett Stidham forever. And now he gets his chance to flex. Again, I'm sure he would have preferred his franchise quarterback to be quarterbacking said AFC Championship game. And if he gets past this one, which fuck the Patriots, he would have 2 weeks to prepare for the Super Bowl. And that extra time, I imagine, would be super beneficial to getting Jarrett Stidham ready and having sort of that surprise factor going to the Super Bowl. I think he would lose to the Seahawks no matter what, but still, yeah. So absolutely screw the Patriots. I want them to burn in hell. So I definitely don't want them to move on to the Super Bowl. That would be pretty disgusting in Drake May's second season. So yes, I'm with you. We got the same Super Bowl pick.
All right. Very good.
Okay. Appreciate you, Pop. Have a great day. There he is, Pop. We got those conference championship picks in as well. All right, we'll open up the phone lines, folks. Let us know. We also have a YouTube poll up right now. Let me get to that real quick. All right, here's the question. Would you be happy in the audience if the Jets hired Super Bowl champion OC and former quarterback Frank Reich as a play caller? Yes, it'd be a good move, or no, he's old and underwhelming. 87% of you said this would be a good move. I'm going to be honest, that surprises me based on the social media yelling that has gone on over the last 8 hours. The story broke, and I went, whoa, immediate reaction. And then people were like, oh, he sucks. I'm like, geez, okay. Nothing will satisfy some Jet fans, apparently, in our audience. But cool. That's a interesting reaction so far from the fans. But you guys can call in and share your reactions here on the program. Again, another big salute to EZ, baby. You put that name on our radar. He deserves a victory lap if he ends up calling in here in a few minutes. But let us know. Keep the love coming. By the way, we have over 300 people in the room. Like the video here on YouTube. We just surpassed 8,310 subscribers. So, man, the numbers continue to climb. And thank you, people, so much for that. And by the way, one more nugget here before we go to the phone lines. Let me just take a quick gander here to see where we're at, baby. Okay, folks, here it is. We are 3 subscribers away from the Man Child Show with Boy Green Digital reaching 500 subscribers. Folks, right there on your screen, youtube.com/@MCShowDigital. I'll drop the link in the chat. If you're one of the next 3 people, you have a chance to win a $400 golf club, folks. So subscribe right here. I'm going to put it in. We're at the goal line. I know we could get to it live here on the show, people. So again, subscribe right now to MC Show Digital. That's my digital radio show. We do our Jake Asman interviews over there. We talk NFL. Some NFL draft is coming up. Subscribe right now. If you're one of the next 3 people, you're in the running for our $400 golf club. We're giving away at 500 subscribers. So help us push us over the goal line. Give us a little push. Frank Reich, former Eagle, give us a little tush push into the end zone, baby. Help us get to 500 subscribers, which, for those who don't know, that's the first monetization level for YouTube. So it allows us to do a lot of cool things over on that channel. So again, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do so. Let's get to 500 subs live here on the show. Would be a huge celebration. Would be awesome. And I'll give away some memberships too if we can get there here on the show, which would be awesome. So hit that subscribe button. That is the Man Child Show with Boy Green Digital here on the program. I dropped the link live there in the YouTube chat. So all you have to do is click and hit that subscribe button, baby, and you're in the running. So help us go. Let's freaking go. We'll check on that throughout the rest of today's show. But first, let's hit the HEP timeout, and we'll be back after this.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Boy Green, fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone,
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets.
Boy Green, fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green, fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football
Let's go, baby. I'm Paul Lister Jr. Let's frickin' go. Are you not fired up on a Sunday on January 25th, baby? Woohoo! Oh, yeah. I'm fired up for the frickin' phone lines, baby. Let's get to them. If you want to call into the show, now is the time to do so. It's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. Let's take a gander back over at the MC Show digital channel. We are 2 subscribers away, baby. 2 subscribers. Come on now. 2 subscribers out there in the universe. If you subscribe to me and my buddy Jim Lurch's YouTube channel, you have a chance to win a $400 golf club, baby. If the next 2 people you're in the running, get it while the getting's good, baby. Help us push over the 500 subscriber count on that YouTube channel. Again, we do Jets content over there as well. Push us into the end zone. Get us in there. And like I said, if you do, I'll also gift some memberships here on this channel, so it helps out everybody. You can have a chance to win some free blank and then also help us celebrate. So let's go. It is a great song. Hep did a wonderful job, man. He knows how to play that tune. But first, we are not worthy. Let's go to the phone lines. We are not worthy of this individual. He is the greatest of all time. He has a crystal ball at his house. It must be off camera. The legendary Easy. Here on the show. We are not worthy, sir. We are not worthy.
It's about goddamn time you recognize pure brilliance.
See, there you go. Here, please take it. Take your celebrations. Take your love. Take your everything. Because congratulations.
No, thank you. I did appreciate that that Jason Garrett. That's not that was out of left field, but that makes sense too.
Same. Not when he said, I'm like, Jason Garrett. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Same.
He had his moments where he was really good. Besides, the Jets right now, we need someone who can just develop a quarterback. That's what we need. We need either a coach or like you were suggesting, quarterback coach, assistant head coach. Yep. If we go at Reich, because he's got, well, actually Garrett has the head coaching experience too. I think both of those guys would be an excellent choice. I really do. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're not going to do anything this year anyway, so you may as well take like a quarterback if you can trade up into the 3rd round or trade back into the 3rd round. I think that would be the perfect spot to get a quarterback like Drew Aller or one of the other guys. Mm-hmm. I really think this kid Aller, he showed a lot. He got hurt. He's still not 100% from him getting that ankle messed up. Mm-hmm. But sometimes these guys will come up and surprise you if you get the right coaching. Now, to the knucklehead who suggested we get Zach Wilson back, no. Check into an insane asylum. Just no. Please. God, please, no. I mean, if you really are that brave, try saying that shit on the Jake Asman show. See what Jake does. He'll put you in the shadow zone for life if you suggest bringing that kid back. 100%. Oh, my God. Actually, you know what? Who did that? Put him in the grinder.
Yeah, who is that?
For God's sakes.
You know what? You're right. Let's do it. Whoever you are, Zach.
That's deserving of the grinder.
100%. Are you freaking kidding me, people out in the audience? Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson? That's who we're talking about here? Get out of here.
You mess with Kurt and you go into the grinder.
Okay, now this grinder of yours, is it a real grinder or is it some kind of a metaphor?
That's it. You're gone. Adios. TKO'd. Historical.
Wait. I won't be funny no more. See?
Security.
You ain't got to bring the man down here. Wait a second. Kurt, come on, please. I need this job.
Take out the trash.
Trash? Oh, now look at here.
Get this news out of my face.
Zach Wilson. Disgusting. See ya,
Who made that video? Yeah. Was that Snowball made that video?
No, that's from Good Burger. I just grabbed it because when we were thinking about something to do, I was like, what's our own version of it? And then I went, oh, that'd be great. He literally gets thrown out. Yeah.
I went into the membership page and there's no way for me to upgrade. There's no link for me to upgrade. I don't know. Sometimes the people who are already subscribed, I don't know how Austrian Jet Fan did it, but I went in there. I could not upgrade.
Okay, so, we'll have to see if we can explain that in the YouTube comments section. See if we can flip that.
You're just gonna have to deal with your $3 instead of $5.
Hey, I'll take that. That works for me. So thank you. But thank you for trying. I appreciate that.
What'd you think about the latte tier?
I started Yeah, when I was thinking, I'm like, I don't want to just raise prices for everybody. That I didn't,
Yeah.
I committed to it, and that makes a lot of sense. And then when I said, you know what, maybe there's just more I can do, I said, well, it's got to be the coffee theme, obviously. And I thought
Yeah.
about frappuccinos and lattes, and then it just the double espresso shot, the double shot of it. Yeah, that's one of our fantasy leagues, so it just sort of all came together. But yes, there was a lot of coffee possibilities. So who knows? Yeah.
Well, I tell you, demoting Tanner Engstrom.
Any
I
issues
didn't
with that?
see that. I didn't see that coming. I thought, the easiest thing would have been just to clean house.
Mhm.
Just get rid of everybody except, of course, for Chris Banjo. Just let him. No, him and his entire staff. They're safe. I don't give a shit. Everybody on that staff did their job. It's everybody else that didn't do their job, because I think it's easier to clean house and let a new head coach and offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator come in, and that makes it way more attractive, especially this year with $100 million in cap space, $200 million in cap space for 2027, plus 8 first and second round picks in the next 2 years, plus the fact you could trade back this year a little bit and possibly get even more next year. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
It's a good point.
Even with Woody. Even with Woody, who wouldn't want that? And first off, whoever winds up turning the New York Jets around is going to get a gold statue.
100%. Right next to yours for the Frank Reich call. It'll be
no,
both of them together.
I was just thinking, thinking logically, who could we get in here that is not going to challenge AG with the ego shit?
Sure, right.
Because but someone who's competent, someone who just quite maybe couldn't get it done at the head coaching level, but as a quarterback's coach and as an offensive coordinator was very effective.
And by the way, Austrian says how he did it is he couldn't find the upgrade button either, so he had to quit the basic, and then it gave him the option to just jump. So apparently that's how you do it.
Well, whatever. Gotcha. Anyway, so who's to say Robert Saleh doesn't go and grab one of those two guys?
Sure, that's possible.
I mean, Garrett or Frank Reich with Robert Saleh.
Well,
these are
running out of
guys who are
options,
proven offensive guys. So,
because, like, for instance, Saleh, for those who remember with the Jets, he tried to make a chase at Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith just decided to go to Ohio State, so he's leaving NFL altogether. So Arthur Smith has rejected Saleh now twice, that poor bastard, and so he's off the table. So Saleh's looking at Brian Dable and a couple others. We'll see if he's able to get him. So sure, he could definitely pivot to any of those directions. I could see that.
I think we could have had 7 or 8 wins 2 years ago if we would have kept Saleh for the whole season.
Say that one more time.
That's my opinion.
How many wins were we at?
I think we could have had 7 or 8 wins had we kept Saleh the whole season, and he might have been able to salvage it because everyone knew it wasn't it was the quarterback. That's been our Achilles the past 15 years. Quarterback.
Yeah,
the
we
last
won 5
decent
without
quarterback
him.
we
were
had.
2 and 3 when he.
We won 7 with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, he could have definitely, sure, right. Could he have gotten to 7 or 8 with Saleh and who? Because like then Ulbrich, the defense wouldn't have folded because he would have kept being able to do his job. So sure, you can tell me on that. Yeah, sure.
I'm seriously thinking that the reason Woody got rid of Saleh was because he was the ambassador to England, and when the Jets lost the England game in front of all of Woody's little rich friends and stuff, he just got pissed off and embarrassed. One of his probably rich friends said, "You got this guy as your head coach? He's not even a Christian." I'm not saying that. This is not me. I'm just saying the minds of the people that would talk, those elite rich people, how they think.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
Trash talk going on, sure.
The trash talking because of his religion and all this other stuff. And I'm sure they got into Woody's ear and Woody's head because, he's a rich guy and there's all these rich guys and they were going, Woody, you own the football team and you suck and blah, blah, blah. And you let this so-and-so guy running your team and look what he
clearly
embarrassed
seems like
you
it was
in
an
front of everything.
emotional decision, right?
Absolutely.
Coming off that,
it was knee-jerk.
Sure. Yeah,
it was total knee-jerk.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if he had it to do, I'm sure if his friends didn't razz him about it, I'm sure he probably would have at least let Saleh ride out the season and see what happened. But yeah, that was definitely a knee-jerk reaction to him losing in England in front of all of Woody's little rich elite friends.
That's for sure. But
He was
Easy,
embarrassed.
thank you for nailing the Frank Reich thing. You're a legend, buddy. Nice work.
Thank you.
There he is.
Appreciate
Easy,
it.
baby. Easy here on the program. Again, we are not worthy. We are absolutely not worthy. Here you go. Nice.
I'm going off the rails on a Mazzy train. There you go.
Not worthy. Not worthy at all. Hey, I see we got another super chat coming in for Zariah Luna. Let's go. Mac Attack. Yes, sir. Bahar Khalil, baby. Appreciate you.
Wow.
Raffle tickets for you, Mahar. Thank you very much for the happy birthday message to Zariah Luna. Again, my beautiful daughter. She turns 4. And wait just a second. Aunt Jets82 says 500 on the other channel, baby. Woohoo! Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's some celebration action. Yes, we remember this.
Who wanna fly with
Man, I hope AG turns this around someday. Thank you to the audience, baby. Booyah! 500 freaking subscribers. Thank you, everybody, for helping us push over the goal line there. Again, on our Monday, Sunday? So tomorrow, our Monday live show, we will give away a $400 golf club. So for all of us that are in the middle of a snowstorm, hopefully that provides some shining light to look forward to for old our guy Jim Lurch, my partner on that show, is a diehard Giants fan. He's all in his woohoo Harbaugh face. So yeah, try to help that while we're all blustering through a snowstorm right now. Allow the thought of this golf club arriving at your house that you can't use right now, but just looking at it saying, brighter times are ahead. So Aunt Jets82, thanks for the shout out. Again, 500 subscribers. You guys can continue to jump over there and subscribe and jump on the train, baby. Again, that is youtube.com/@MC Show Digital. Feel free to do so. Thank you, Aunt Jets82, for that love. Nice. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. And a Super Bowl prediction, Patriots-Rams. Well, the first one was awesome. The second one less so. Hopefully third, more like the first. That's what we can hope for. What's up,
I
Alon?
do think there will be a Pats-Rams part 3. Again, it's crazy because we have a chance of 3 rematches out of the 4. If you
Crazy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And real quick, just a quick nugget, right? And think about this. Drake May and Matt Stafford are the top 2 MVP candidates. That, while, person is a Jets fan, fuck the Patriots, but from a casual football fan to have 2 MVP, I would have to double check the last time that happened, where 2 of the quarterbacks are part of the MVP finalists competing against each other. That's pretty freaking cool, man.
Absolutely. First of all, congratulations to you and my old buddy Jim for 500.
Yeah,
I love
nice.
Jim. Jim's a great
Unbelievable.
guy. When you said pure brilliance and easy in the same sentence, all I had to do was shake my head because I remember he said that the Jets should draft the center at pick 2. Is that correct, right?
Oh yeah, right. Well, brilliance sort of has a coming and going effect naturally.
So 2 comments before I get a chance to make fun of you, Paul.
Okay.
First comment. Isn't it ironic that my good old friend Carl, who eviscerated me a couple of months ago for being so negative.
Yeah. You look what you've done to him. You've broken him.
I listened to his phone call yesterday and I'm thinking, wow, that's me.
Yeah. Look what you've done.
Isn't that funny? I love you, Carl, but Carl, I'd like an apology in written letter before the next time you call him. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. He's been like that for a few times now. Like the other day, he's just like, I give up. And I'm like, what? Yeah. Give up on what? He's like, everything. I'm like, Jesus, everything. What do you mean, man? There's so much to live for. There's a lot going on here. But yes, he is dark times.
He said towards me, but that was great.
Dark times.
Here's my second comment, and I'm going to get eviscerated by the Jets fans for this.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay,
all right.
All I keep hearing is the Patriots are lucky to be where they are. They've had the easiest schedule in the world.
That's true.
When you're 14-3 and you're 60 minutes away from the Super Bowl, as a Jet fan, you shouldn't say anything. Okay, just let them be there. Do I think if they get there they'll win? No, I think they'll lose the Super Bowl. But give them their just due. I mean, it's crazy and I have a friend who's a real diehard Patriot fan, and he hears Jet fans talk about this all the time. I'm thinking, Jet fans, They are one win away from the Super Bowl. Why discredit them? I just don't understand it. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
I don't. Yeah, I'm sure Jet fans are doing it in the social media streets.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I am not in line because, again, if anything, it's jealousy, right? Like Vrabel was in our building and 99% of the people think that was all a Fugazi thing. Vrabel's like, let me see if I can ruffle some feathers in New England land. Oh, a job just opened up. And the Drake May stuff, because that all feeds back to the original Bill Belichick game where, let's beat him in his final game and how that could hurt you the other way. And the Connor Hughes is adamant that if Patriots beat Jets, instead of Breece Hall running for 170 yards, if that flips, Giants end up with Drake May. And then the entire world changes. Where does Jackson Dart end up? Then that trade up. And again, there's a massive amount of ripple effects. Connor Hughes was convinced Cardinals have third pick. Giants will give up their firstborn son to have moved up to get May. Patriots wouldn't have done that. And then the rest of the world is different. So yes.
I do recall a lot of Jet fans celebrating a meaningless Week 18 or Week 17 win against the Patriots. And I'm thinking to myself, you just handed Drake May to the Patriots. So now
I did celebrate that, by the way. Let's go.
Now it's my point of the show where I get to laugh at you, Paul. Okay.
Oh boy.
I remember the last time we spoke, you said, Alon, aren't you going to eat your words when the Jets are going to hire Jim Leonard? I remember that came out of your mouth, right? Didn't you say that, Paul?
I say a lot of things. I say a lot of things.
And what did I say in reply?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I said there is no chance in hell he's taking this job.
That's no chance in hell. That's pretty.
So
blunt.
Again, 1 point for me, 0 points for you.
It's not official yet. It could still maybe possibly.
Zariah Luna has a better chance of being DC than Jim Leonard. Okay, thank you. By the way, what is your reaction when Retread Wink becomes our DC?
So I tweeted this. I'm not sure how to feel because there's a lot of negativity around Wink because, he got cast off to college for 2 years where he didn't necessarily do very well at all. No. Outside of he did produce a lot of talent. So he either was just lucky and really great talent was at Michigan and they just sort of passed through the saloon doors that are Wink Martindale and they were always going to the NFL in that way. Or Wink had some influence in their development. So take that for whatever you will from that perspective. And in the NFL, when you look at the DVOA numbers, all the advanced analytics, they don't look very favorably on recent Wink. End of Wink Ravens was very good, but recent Wink, not so much. But the thing I like as a Jets fan is number one in the league in turnovers in 2023 for a team that was in the hobo streets of begging for a turnover. We ended up with like 4 or 5. The fact they had, I believe it was 32 that season. I'm like, good night. Picks, fumbles. Like, I don't think that's just an oblong shaped football bouncing the right way a million times. There's got to be something to that. There's got to be a coaching flavor, whether it's his aggressiveness or whatever, that unlock that piece. That piece at a bare minimum would be a massive upgrade over what we just had. But at the same time, when you get a retread guy.
He's Wilkes 2.0. I'll just leave it at that.
Why is that?
He might
Why
be better than Wilkes,
right?
But he's Wilkes 2.0. Okay.
Why do you think that?
Because I think his philosophy is antiquated.
I've heard people say that. And by the way, we could circle back to this after, just because you mentioned the word antiquated. I saw MFC immediately at the beginning of the show said that was his fear with Frank Reich, that this could be like, okay, cool. He sort of has an impressive resume as a player, coach forever, and all this other stuff, but he had a fear of antiquated. I forgot to ever get back to that. He's
not wrong. I don't usually agree with MFC a lot because I think he says some stupid things, but I think he's right on this one.
Okay.
So the question I have for you, Paul, is
yes, sir.
If Aaron Glenn was not a Jet, would you be so adamant about keeping him for a second season?
It's an interesting, like, hey, can we get to the movie Scrooged where a different Paul Esdin is watching this Paul Esdin in this universe and removing himself? And can he splice and say, wow, Paul is really only dying for this guy because he's a Jet and there's blood, green blood that flows through both of their veins, and that's why. I would hope that that's not the reason that I'm pounding the table. I would
Well-
hope that it's a 1-year thing, because Adam Gase, I'm trying to think of like recent 25 years. Adam Gase, I never wanted in the first place. So,
I
of
agree.
course, after year 1, I'm like, I absolutely don't want this guy. So, again, I don't know if every fan works this way, but for me, once they're here, despite Adam Gase, who in the back of my mind I hated the entire time, I'm like, well, he's our guy. We got to just sort of rally around. But I'm like, oh, he should be one and done. Besides him, I don't think there's been a single coach in the last 25 years that I've just wanted one and done. Like Adam Gase is on that list. I'm thinking back through every era to Herm, Eric, Rex, going through no, like I don't Todd, no. Gase was the only one. So no, I would like, and obviously Gase or any of them really weren't former Jets that I can
Paul, when your coach basically destroys his coaching staff after year 1, fires the defensive coordinator, basically fires the offensive coordinator, because in my opinion, I don't think Tanner Engstrand will be on this coaching staff in 2026.
Which, by the way, Aaron Wilson, and by the way, good get by your ginger friend over there for getting Aaron Wilson immediately on to expand upon that. He says from his understanding, it'll be up to Tanner, basically, if he wants to accept the demoted life that he has, whatever that life ends up being, or just leave. And I'm just out of here.
I would take the buyout and leave, and I would pursue other opportunities. There's no reason. You know how humiliated he must be this morning?
I'm sure.
Knowing that he's getting demoted. Trust me, if I was him, I would leave, okay?
Possible.
So as far as the offensive coordinator candidates, we are getting a retread. It's obvious we are, okay?
Oh, so you don't think it's going to – you don't think he's going to be talking to young guys?
I do not think any of the young and I don't think any of the up and coming young guys will sniff this job. No, I do not.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be if they get, like, for instance, I've heard this out there. I don't, as much as there's the connections that exist in the dots you connect, like Davis Webb to me is not taking this job, with all due respect.
Never taking this job.
So I get it. The quarterback thing, he was up here in New York, all the connective tissue. I get that. I don't think he's coming. So I'm not naive. I don't think someone like him, but I think there are two paths, and we explained it yesterday. There's an old head, which is Frank Reich. I didn't know that was the name, but the theme, there's an old head. Hey, buddy, in this case, it's a former teammate connection. You want to push this sun into the sky one more time? All right, fuck it. Let's ride. Okay, that's one path. Or the young guy that hasn't gotten a shot, and the Jets go, hey, man, you could get your chance right now to be an OC at the NFL level. There's only 32 of these. Do you want to be the play caller? For Davis Webb, I've got options, buddy. For someone that doesn't have options, that's possible. I don't know. This is the only name we know of that he's spoken with so far. I still think that's possible, but I don't know who that person is.
I also think that Aaron Glenn's ego is so big now that he will not hire a guy who would be a threat to taking his job.
Like, for instance, not saying this guy would come here, Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury's not taking this job anyhow. Like a guy like Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy is
I heard about that name. Yeah.
He will not hire Matt Nagy. He won't, because Matt Nagy has eyes to be a head coach. Like the names I keep hearing, you brought up Frank Reich. I kept hearing yesterday, which was nuts. I heard Joe Judge as a guy. I did. So Joe Judge is not a head coaching candidate, but I did hear that yesterday. He's a guy that would make sense for Aaron Glenn because he's not a threat to Aaron Glenn's job. Even like Greg Roman is not a threat to Aaron Glenn's job. Okay. Yeah. So you're going to get bottom of the barrel guys who are not threats to be the next head coach. So to me, you're getting C-, D- candidates to be OC. Okay. What I worry about is when you bring up the name Frank Reich, and he's a guy who could develop quarterbacks.
Sure. Right? Yeah. He's got a history of it. Yeah.
I am worried as a Jet fan that the Jets will reach on Ty Simpson at 16. Take him. And Aaron Glenn, if they fail in 2026, he will use that as the excuse. Oh, we drafted a guy in the first round. You got to give me another year to fully see his talent through.
Would that work? That reasoning?
With We haven't heard one thing from Woody, so I have no idea what works and doesn't work.
That's fair.
Again, Woody's a guy, Woody's a guy who likes to talk, okay?
Yeah,
it is crazy that he is completely radio silent on this. Nuts. Because he knows when someone will ask him a question, he will have nothing to say. He will be like, oh, I support Aaron Glenn. Why do you support Aaron Glenn? He completely destroyed his coaching staff after year one. They went 3-14, and by midseason, the team quit on him, okay? How do you support him? He will have nothing to say. So it's nuts that he, a guy who loves to communicate, is radio silent on this. So I hope, again, I want them to build the roster rather than take a quarterback at pick 16, okay? Take your quarterback at pick 44 in Nussmeier. That makes a little bit more sense. Build your roster. That's what you need to do. And if you're bringing Aaron Glenn back, he has this ready-made excuse if they draft a quarterback early that, oh, we haven't had enough time to develop him. And that's the problem I have in bringing him back, because you know that the excuses will be out there. You know it. He will make every excuse in the book, and Woody will just give in and give him 2027 and 2026 with all the cap space and draft picks, and 2027 with all the cap space and draft picks will go straight down the toilet. Okay.
Well, before you exit stage left, you have a special guest that would
have a guest for me. Okay.
Yeah, oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys have a rich history together. Jim the Man-Child Lurch is with us.
What's up, Jimmy? How are you?
My gosh, in the flesh. Look at him. Man, I love the Texas A&M hat, man. That's a great logo. Texas A&M.
Yeah,
great logo. That's an awesome.
Jimmy, how do you deal
in homage? I'm wearing my Jets green today.
I like that. The rivalry hat. Very nice.
What was that?
Can I ask you a question? How do you deal with Paul and his delusional Jet takes? How?
It's 9 years of experience. I mean,
okay.
Listen, I appreciate people who are so steeped in their fandom that they just want to believe constantly. I think it's actually a unique trait. I know you could look at it as crazy talk, and sometimes I do. I turn my head and I go, "Would you just say that?" But there's something kind of cool about that. I think it is, in a weird way, somewhat reflective of the Jets fan. I mean, there is the Jets fan out there that feels like we're jinxed, we stink, we're never going to be anything. Everything in the world sucks. Like I felt for a long time with the Knicks. But I never stopped believing in the Knicks and what they could and couldn't do. I'm not even sure how this one's going to turn out. But yeah, I don't know, Alon. I mean, it's, we have guests. I sometimes, work the other side a little, make sure the people are perhaps living in more reality-based worlds. Yes, go ahead.
Before I go, I asked this to Paul. I'm going to ask this to you because I think you can give a better perspective. You know Paul for years, okay? If Aaron Glenn was not an ex-Jet, and the way things transpired this year, and now him getting rid of pretty much 80% of the staff, do you think if Aaron Glenn was not an ex-Jet, would Paul have the same thought process?
Probably not as strongly, would be my opinion. I mean, I hate to be a mind reader. I never can read his mind, but I would think probably not as strongly, if at all. And I would honestly say, Alon, that there is part of me. I mean, I have not taken the complete other side. I haven't gone, as I call it these days, Asman. Because Jake just, I mean, he can't get off it. I mean. And I think there is a point, and I love Jake. I love him.
Someone has to. I appreciate it.
He's a good dude. He's really a good dude. I know a lot of people are hating on him because he's throwing a lot of hate out there. And when you decide as a host, I'm going here, I'm staying here, and I am the immovable object until something changes, you put yourself in the same position as the coach sometimes, who has the yelling session with the team and says, "You guys gotta play harder for me. You got to take more pride in what you do." And then the team goes out the next week and loses 70-3. And then you're like, well, where do I go from here? I already did the yell. What's next? That's why I think always diplomacy works better, because there's always sides to every story. But back to your question, and Glenn, real quick, Alon, I still am kind of rooting for this guy, although I wish he would stop talking or stop doing the things that he's doing, because He's even taking people like me who can be somewhat in the neutral world and turning me against him because of the things that are going on. You know, I mean, what happened? I know what you guys are talking about. Say, geez, there's nothing. What could possibly there to be to talk about the Jets these days? You know, they're out. You know, there's big playoff games going on today. Oh, there's a lot to talk about the Jets because their head coach, who had a very unsuccessful season, and maybe had a couple of guys that at least looked like they were doing their job okay, went, yeah, everybody's out. You know, that gets a fan base upset, you know. So Jake's got even more ammunition. I wouldn't want to be interviewing him today. Just completely step on me, slit my throat, you know, roll me over 3 times and then run me over with his car. I mean, if I'm going to stay in that place of, well, but he still has only had a year, you know, which is what my stance has been. I just don't think a year is enough. And he hasn't shown me Ray Handley incompetence, which is why I'm willing to kind of sit here. Plus, the decision's been made. So at some point, it is kind of time to move on and see what happens and talk about what else. But, you know, unfortunately, I think everything he's doing since is not good. So it's creating more of a strong narrative towards, you know, where you and Jake
boys, it's been a pleasure. Jim, it's always a pleasure to converse with you. And Paul, Paul, I cannot wait to root for Jim Leonard as our next defensive coordinator. I can't wait, Paul.
It's going to be great.
You were so adamant about that, Paul.
It's going to be great.
That did not age well, Paul. Always a pleasure, gentlemen.
There he is.
Thanks, Alon. See you, buddy.
Us here on the show. Jim,
I can't believe Alon gets up this early. I was going to ask him to remember my history with Alon.
He's in Texas now.
And so that's even earlier. That's
of course it is, right? Yeah, it's a couple time zones over. So
in Texas, is it 2? I think it's 2 hour difference. It's definitely
I believe so.
1.
It depends, I guess, where in Texas, right? Because the line is somewhere there, but yes, I believe it's 2.
I'm not sure. I think most.
I don't know exactly where he is in Texas, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it might be 2, but oh my God, so that means that could be 6:46 there this morning.
It could be. Yeah,
I was going to say to Alon, did you ever get up to class this early? You know, because you know where I met Alon was at Nassau Community College on Long Island. And I was there early because, as you know, I was a DJ. So that's 2 mornings a week. I think it was 2 mornings a week back then. I was showing up on campus at about 4 a.m. That is to fire up the radio station and play classic oldies.
1 hour difference apparently is 99% of Texas,
Still
but again, there's a piece of Texas that is 2 hours behind. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I understand there's something to celebrate this morning.
Well, before then, I just want to say this for people that don't know. This is the wildness of this world that is so vast, right? We got billions of people on this planet that somehow that you, Lurch, who's in my life here in New York, and a radio show, we all did this, and Alon, who by all accounts is a random Jets caller on this random Jets show, that you and him have this prior history together, and that we only stumble into it because of our 2 Jets and radio digital paths just clashing here. So for people out in the audience going, yeah, oh, wow, that's weird that they just sort of like that's the connective tissue, which is, again, absolutely wild. But yes.
And I've said to you, he hasn't changed a bit. I mean,
no, which is, again,
not about physically. He does look great. He looks very similar to the way he looked when he was younger, but no, he hasn't changed a bit. He is glass half empty guy always, realist always.
Yes.
He stands in a very polar opposite position than you do. Very different people in my life.
Which, interestingly, right? I think fans like that only know Alon from this virtual box are like, this can't really. Like, is this really it? And then you have since confirmed. But no, we do have massive news to celebrate. I saw that we were on the goal line, and I called out to the Boy Green faithful, the Boy Green Coffee Club, and said, "Hey, folks, we are close. Do you think we can do this?" And folks, I can confirm it's official. Celebration time, baby. We have surpassed 500 subscribers here on the channel. Thank you to the audience. 500 on the button. Continue to jump on over there, folks, and hit that subscribe button and spread the love. I've introduced or brought over Manchoff here a couple of times here when we're doing a live Boy Green Daily, the staple show here on the Boy Green YouTube channel. And we just hit 500 subscribers right on the button. That is at MC Show Digital. So no matter where you're watching, the Manchot Show with Boy Green Digital, if you want to look it up that way. And I'm also dropping it once again in the YouTube comment section. So if you guys want to jump on it through there, you can subscribe to the channel. Lurch, we've been.
And I'll tell you, let me jump on and say this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold your thought there for a second.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, so we've reached 500, which is number one, a landmark on YouTube where we can start to do some cool things, which we'll announce, I'm sure, at the beginning of this week on our regular show. We'll be live again on at 11 o'clock on Monday.
Tomorrow,
during probably a massive snowstorm here in Central
New
New
York.
It's starting to snow. But I'll tell you what we'll do, Paul.
Sure. Yeah.
Like you said, we have this golf club to give.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Holding on to this baby for a while. I'm very, very happy to get it out the door. Here's the head cover. It's a Cleveland High Bore XL. It was donated by one of our lovely sponsors, Played Against Sports. And you can see it's still in a wrapper. This thing hasn't been hit, man. You're taking this thing out to the golf course, and you're going to be the first one to lace into it and hopefully drive it straight down the fairway about 280.
Good luck to all our subscribers.
$400 golf club, so it's a nice item, and then, like I said, it was a really nice thought by our sponsors, Played Again, to donate that in order to help us kind of give people a reason to be here. Give people a reason to want to join us. But I know we said we're going to give it to one of the first 500 subscribers. We won't draw that name until Monday morning. So if you are 501 or 502 or 505, if we push this another 10, 15, 20, 100 subscribers, you're in until Monday morning. Monday morning, we will draw that name before the show. So you can still get in. So I know there's 500 club right now, and all those people are in. But if we end up at 510 or 505 or whatever, if there's somebody out there right now that wants to join, hey, you're in for this prize, as well as other things that we're doing in the future to any of our regular subscribers. So just keep that in mind. So you can still be 501 and still get a ticket, essentially.
Okay, cool. So a new update, people, again, on your screen, and I just shared it in the YouTube comment section, youtube.com/@MCShowDigital. Again, Manchild is giving away a $400 golf club throughout the rest of today. We're here on a Sunday. Even though we've hit 500 subscribers, he is accepting all subscribers in here as part of that random drawing we will do. So, folks, make sure you subscribe and get in there and think of better times as we're seeing snowstorms and things. I don't know when you're going to use this thing, but, think about it when you're subscribing. So there you go. Beautiful.
If you live in Florida or Arizona, no, because Arizona got some bad weather. That
they did do. Oh boy,
came through Arizona. It hit a lot of the South. Okay. And there is some serious ice. I'm sure when I watch the news, I haven't gotten up to watch the news yet, but when I pop it on, I'm sure this morning for a little while I'm having my coffee, I will take a peek. But there's going to be some of that frozen ice. We had an ice storm in Syracuse, as you know, Paul, many years ago. It was called the Great Labor Day Storm. Get what year it was a long time ago. And power lines were dropping and trees would just fall into the ground. It was extremely dangerous. It took a week at least to clear off the roads, to get up the down power lines. Many people without power for a week plus. So that ice that gets on the power lines is the most dangerous thing. Forget it. We're going to get 2 feet of snow. Who cares? Like, they'll just plow it away and we'll be good. The ice, that you can't do anything about. It literally just has to take its course and melt. And remember, up here, it doesn't get warm. So when's it melting? It has to get above freezing or close to freezing before it even starts to melt off. So we got to get it one of those crazy, January, February thaw days in order for that ice to dissipate. It can't just go up there and scrape it. You're going to scrape every power line in town? I don't think it works anyway. I don't even think you'd take a scraper and scrape that ice off. So crazy stuff. So really, really thoughts and prayers to anybody as this storm comes across the East Coast that is getting that frozen rain / ice that sticks to the power lines and the trees. That's extremely dangerous. Extremely.
No doubt about it. So again, folks, continue to subscribe to the channel and show your support. Congratulations, Manchild. That's a massive milestone. So I love when we can do these live. There's nothing more fun than to be able to hit a milestone. And again, great news that we're taking on even more people for that free raffle giveaway tomorrow morning for the show. So again, we'll have, I assume, all our bigger announcements tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, including it's wrapped in paper, so you can see what it is. But our first piece of merch, Paul, I can't show what it is until tomorrow morning. All right. It's wrapped in beautiful paper. All right. You get kind of the shape of it,
announcement
as to what it is, but what does it look like and what's it all about? We will reveal that tomorrow morning. Super, super excited. Thank you to all of your viewers here at Boy Green Daily. I know your loyal audience has been a big, big part of those 500 subscribers. So thank you for your generosity. That's why I love Jet fans. Like everybody wants to, get down on the Jet fans or, criticize the Jet fans. So I like them. They're equal opportunity people. And while we certainly have plenty of Jets content on our channel, our other channel, we still have content of teams I'm sure they hate, like my Giants. the Bills, and we do a little bit of SU coverage, as you know, man. Oh, another loss for the Orange yesterday. Oh boy, we're gonna have some good conversations this week with Neil.
Sure.
So there's lots of other treats on our channel, but I appreciate this Jets community that you've built here on Boyd Green Daily for being part of our community, helping us get over the hump. Part of the thing in the YouTube world is, that in order to get some credibility, in order to get your product out to a larger audience who might be interested in it, you have to, go through the process. You have to, number one, put out videos. We've put out, I think, over 550 videos already. It's
556. Yeah.
In 6 months. Think about that. I think I did the math on it. Just said, all right, how many days, how many videos?
Oh, the math of it. Sure. Yeah.
Nearly 3 videos a day. So we've been hard at work for the last 6+ months. Number two, you have to build your subscribers up to at least a reasonable place. I mean, we're just a pimple at 500, but to us, it's a big deal because YouTube will start to recognize us as this entity that's growing and is regularly putting out content and so on and so forth. So we've been accepted by you, a small YouTube community, and that will enable us to be exposed to larger YouTube community, which really, really helps, build an audience and make the world a lot better place, and gives us resources to do more, like do our own great giveaways and not have to rely on a sponsor to donate a nice $400 item. Instead, we'll put out some cool raffle items and some cool things, but you got to have the resources to do that, So that's what the subscribers help do. And like I said, big announcements coming this week, but excuse me. Got that morning frog in my voice. I don't know how you do it. It's 7:30 every morning.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, just thanks to everybody for jumping on board, for giving us a peek, for taking us for a ride, and hopefully we'll make it worth your while.
Yeah. So again, I appreciate all the lovely words. Congratulations on 500 subs. Congratulations on 500 subs. That's beautiful. I see we went over to 501 again. A
501
special.
That 501 could win that golf club.
100%.
So Monday morning, you can still get in on the club. So please keep the ball rolling, man. We are certainly not planning on stopping at 500 and parking our car and saying, all right, we're good.
Yeah. So, Manchild, thanks for jumping on the show to celebrate it. Again, well-deserved, and we'll have a lot more updates coming on the live show tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
All right. Thanks, Paul. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks to all you guys. Don't worry, you Jet fans. I know Alon, Asman, all the others that are out there that are flaming those negative things. Let's see. You don't know till the games are played. You don't know until it's all laid out. It looks bleak right now. I don't like some of the things that have happened, but it's that belief in your team that, Cubs fans even got a championship.
Sure. Yeah. 2016. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You got one. So you can get one.
Happens. Thank you.
All right. Take it easy, Paul. Thanks, everybody.
All right, we'll see you. There he is, Manchild, joining us here on the show. Hey, I'm glad that we have one Super Bowl. At least some of these bastard teams don't have any. So I'm glad we have at least one. And hell, it's going to be a magical moment when we win it there again for the first time in a long time. So can't wait for that. That's going to be special. Again, thanks everybody for joining that club. You guys can continue to join that club. That's a nice little surprise. So you guys can continue to enter that free raffle. I'm a mini golfer, not a golfer, but maybe you can use that on the mini golf course. That I'm uncertain of. All right, let's jump back to the phone lines here. We have the legendary, the Kyle Clifton call. Ba-bum.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I hope that you guys are doing equal time for my alma mater, Lemoyne College.
Yeah.
They're Division I.
Yeah, baby.
Because if you're going to do SU, I mean, we're on equal footing now.
Yeah. Right. Hey, I remember. Yeah, 100%. I've had a few interns come from Lemoyne. Go Dolphins. There you go. That's the only time I'll say that, probably. What's up, buddy?
So I'm doing well. I'm a little disheartened by this whole Engstrand demotion. Like,
okay,
if you're going to give anyone a little bit of slack for this season, it's got to be Engstrand. Like,
agreed.
Distance because of the QB situation and the Garrett being missing a whole huge
10 games. Yeah.
I don't understand him being demoted. I understand the desire to bring in a senior offensive assistant, someone that will help with game planning and help with the quarterback. I get that entirely. But just to demote Engstrand, it smacks of desperation to me, and I'm a little upset by it as I channel EZ here.
Yeah, I just two things here. I think I agree with what you say, but also I think there's another path. So if anyone, I agree with exactly what you just said. If anyone deserves slack for what the fuck just happened, it is Tanner Angstrom. There's no question about it. And with that, I hear that statement. I'm like, 1,000%, 100% agree. But on the other hand, while that is true, this other thing I'm about to say is true. If the Jets say, well, our offense was dumped and we want to attempt to improve it again, there could have been a world where Tanner stayed and then you get a senior guy to help him. That totally could have made sense. But like, the offense was terrible. So, like, and while some of Tanner's controllable pieces of open receivers and the god-awful quarterback play should factor in, if the Jets are trying to just upgrade, it's hard to be mad at the try. Now, can they upgrade? Well, that's what we're about to find out for the next however long they're going through this interview search. But the thought to upgrade to me doesn't upset me because the offense was just so god awful. Outside of being a top 10 rushing team, I think they finished 10th. Outside of that, everything was pretty terrible. So I'm not super I feel, sorry, Tanner, that sucks for you. But I don't find myself like destroyed in anger by it.
So I'm going to take the contrary view.
Okay, give it to me.
Have a young coach that you think is innovative and was scheming people up in the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. And I'm one of the people that Manchild was just describing as a Glenn derider.
All right.
So I think that you have to let them develop and grow into the role if they've never called plays before. Like, you could say whatever you want. Like, Glenn hired all these people, right?
He did. 100%.
Grossly overestimated the talent that was on this team, apparently.
Yeah.
Because he failed to calibrate the fans and the organization's expectations. He said, we expect to win right away.
Yep.
Well, you didn't. You couldn't. You went 0-7. And then you sold off our two best players, and we have no reason to think that you are going to be the guy that can repopulate this team with players within your system because you've never done it before. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, you're a mess with the media, and you've been noticeably deficient in in-game situations. So yep. I don't know what we're doing continuing on with Glenn. It's very disheartening. I would have rather that we moved on to if we couldn't attract a McCarthy. If someone like Muji had a relationship with Clint Kubiak, go to Muji and say, who would be someone you would want to work with? And first of all, is it work? Do you think it's working with Glenn? And if he says it absolutely is working with Glenn, maybe he has to go too.
I was just gonna say because that's the setup question, right? You ask the guy, hey, how do you think things are going here? And if he goes, terrible, you're like, you've got a good eye. Great, you're in.
Right.
If he goes, great, you're like, not the answer I was looking for.
Well, who are half a dozen people that you would like to work with? Like, do you have a pre-existing relationship with Clint Kubiak from Denver? Right.
I'd assume, right?
And
yeah.
Let's bring him in and get you guys on the same timetable and build it right. Now we have these picks because this isn't working with this guy. So interesting, right? So on Tanner, right, he showed signs. There were signs that there was something there, but again, he's a first-time NFL play caller. He's never done it before. AG demoting him / as Alon predicts, he's just gonna say like, fuck this. I'm not taking the demotion. This is embarrassing. I'm gonna just take my ball home and go be a coach for somebody else. Let's say that happens. Like, it has to mean that AG's feeling the pressure, because if he just liked the upside and AG says to himself, I'm super safe, I would feel no pressure if I'm AG to replace him. Like, I'm already replacing all this other shit. Why would I be replacing Tanner? So to me, that has to speak to the heat of the seat that we've all been talking about, why he's like, you know what? Again, I don't know who else is going to talk to. All we know right now is Frank Reich, and he is supremely he's forgotten more football than a lot of us will ever know. So from an experience standpoint, he's talking to an experienced guy. We'll see if he talks to inexperienced guys. That would be interesting, to give up on Tanner but go to another guy that has very limited experience. But it has to speak to the heat of the seat, or else why would he make the change to even go to a Frank or whoever else is on the list? Isn't that what that has to say then? Yeah, I mean, to me, it just smacks as reactionary. That's my first reaction when I saw it. And I think that bringing in a guy like Reich or a guy like Nagy, someone who has play calling experience with quarterbacks.
Yep.
I'm not so much a Garrett guy because he's been out of it a little bit right now, for a piece now, right? Like, even a guy who wasn't necessarily a quarterback guy, but is a long-term offensive mind like Todd Haley.
Sure.
Like,
yeah. Okay.
If you bring them in and you pair them and put them even on equal footing with Engstrand and say, have him be the dissenting voice in the room. Have him be the guy you're bouncing stuff off of. He's gonna work directly with the quarterback. He's gonna provide different ideas which you can incorporate or cannot incorporate within the phrase of the spear of this offense. And let's see if we can't move this forward and get some players in here that can help you succeed. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate your time, BJ.
Oh, thank you, Kyle Clifton. Again, the Kyle Clifton call lived up to the billing. It's a compelling thought. To help Tanner along, as opposed to just chuck him out the door, to, in theory, help him along. There is merit to that. It sounds like, unfortunately, that's not going to happen for those who are rooting for that, because Connor Hughes says that the full expectation is Tanner Engstrand will not be calling plays. We were uncertain of what the role would be, and we're still uncertain exactly what his role will be, again, if he chooses to stick around. But it sounds like play caller won't be one of them. I see more happy birthday wishes for Zariah Luna, baby. Mad Mertz here on the channel. Lego.
Wow.
Happy birthday to the Wow girl, Zariah Luna. Yes, my beautiful daughter turns both. I don't know how that works, but yes, she's turning 4 today, which is awesome. So shout out to my wonderful, beautiful daughter. Thank you, Mad Mertz, for the super chat. She is going to be elated. More super chats. A golden brick. It's Jets Worldwide, baby.
Wow.
$10 super chat. Happy birthday, Zariah Luna, with a beautiful cake. Thank you so much. Jets Worldwide, wide. Make sure, again, you guys subscribe to the channel, of course, for all the love of Jets Worldwide. Yes, thank you for all the birthday wishes. This is so cool. I love hearing the wows over and over and over again. It warms my heart. So this is awesome. I can't wait to show her a bunch of these later. So you guys are freaking spectacular. Thank you so much. We've added that to your raffle ticket total there, Jets Worldwide. So thank you for the super chat. As MC Show Digital says, you're the best, Jets Worldwide. MC Show says, Zariah Luna's birthday and 500 subs. Wow, what a day. That's a cool coincidence. Yes, I'll remember that forever now. This will be forever connected. So that's pretty freaking cool. So again, thanks to everybody who also subscribed over there on that channel. As the subscribers continue to grow over there as well. All right, back to the phone lines, baby. We got so many people trying to call into this show. Let's go to him. Chef Kevin Gilbert, baby, here on the program. What's up, Chef?
Hey, man, just trying to stay warm, man. Getting everything right.
Jesus. Right.
We definitely feeling it right now. But we staying open. One great thing about here at the Cloverleaf, our power lines run underground.
Whoa.
Over here on Bloomfield Ave. So like even with what was it, Hurricane Sandy?
Yeah.
Like we weren't impacted or whatever. We always stay it's just Thanksgiving and Christmas, when we're closed, which is a good thing. Other than that, we stay open. A lot of our staff live in this town, can get here by foot, have the 4x4s. So it's all good for myself.
Great.
I'm about a half hour, 40 minutes away. So, I gotta once I feel good, once everybody gets here, yada yada, then I'm out the door, man.
Yeah,
that's it. But just maintaining, man. Shout out to you, man. And man child for hitting that milestone, man. That's
cool.
Awesome to see, man. Shout out to the coffee club members, man. There's y'all show me love, man, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
When we had that BG, Woody. When we had that weekend joint, man, everybody showed love, man. There was a couple cats was like, "Yo, Chef, you being negative." So it's all love, man. I appreciate that because if you know me, I just didn't start calling in. I've been calling for years.
100%.
On Jake's show, I'm calling. I'm against tanking, man. I never was for. With the last couple games, is what it is. But I'm somebody who wants us to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to be real with what I see.
Appreciate that.
And if I see something that don't mesh with a couple people, it's what it is. But for the most part, by a lot, my stuff is pretty right. and all I'm doing is doing the same thing everybody else doing. I'm just watching.
Yeah.
You know, for myself, it's a little different because I'm at these games.
Sure.
You know, a lot of trolls, a lot of haters or whatever.
Yeah.
Call themselves Jet fans. You know, get on like, nah, you're not seeing. Yo, I'm here. I'm there. Y'all wasn't at the Patriots game this past year, home
Dear
game.
God.
It was me and 500 other Jet fans. Y'all wasn't there, and there was season ticket holders that didn't even go.
Mhm.
All right, like I'm there. I'm in the elements, man. I deal with the stuff. I take it on. There's nothing inside of me that doesn't have green. I'm green, man.
Yeah.
Till I die. That's how I rock, man. For those that are right
I
now,
respect that.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I appreciate
No,
that.
no. I'm just saluting. Yeah, of course.
Those coffee club members, man. You know, today's a special day, man. I got to see the fours, man. I'm not looking at the chat or nothing like that, but put the fours up, man, for Zariah Luna. Hit the fours up. Yo, such a sweet, nice girl, man. I got a chance to meet her like 3 times, man. She came to the
Yeah.
restaurant a couple times. I actually watched a football game with her.
Yes.
Hey, it was a shellacking, but you know, we all had fun. We took it as a family. You know, we hugged each other and just said, "Hey, it's gonna get better," knowing that it was probably gonna get worse.
Yeah.
You know,
we
just
braved the
another
storm,
nightmare.
though. We braved the
Yeah,
storm
hey.
together. We sort of, rallied arm in arm and said, "Damn it!"
That's
Like
it, man.
we're walking into hell, and we're like, "We're gonna do this together, damn it!" And one step at a time, 100%. Oh yeah.
Then a couple of us got on the field after the game, and it's like,
Oh wow, that was cool.
you know,
Yeah.
great experience. You
Mhm.
know, you and your family there, like, you know, what a beautiful sight, man. You know, happy for what you've been able to do and where you came from, man. You know, long travel, a lot of planning. You know, we did it right, man. But
Yes.
for you to be able to be in that moment with the family, with the crew, man, you know, it's a testament to what you do. Hey, como está? ¿Todo bien?
Muy frío.
Yeah. No, mi sabe. So for
God, you're so
like,
talented, Chef Kevin. You're like
what's up?
flipping in and out. That is
Yeah.
very impressive. And by the way, everyone's listening to you. They're throwing all the fours up in
Come
the
on, let's go.
audience. So hey, now let's go, baby. Four it up.
If you rock with the boy BG, man, yo, he's a family dude, man. All right, you know, we're not always gonna see eye to eye on certain topics and subjects, man. It's what it is.
Sure.
But one thing we can say, BG's a Jet fan, man. This whole community, man, you know, he rocks with it too. You know, there's other content creators that are getting some hate, man. You know, it's all love, man. You know, like Jake, man, he's our guy. You know, he's just speaking from the heart. He's talking how he's feeling. You know, just don't get it personal, man.
Yeah, of course. Right.
Talk about whatever kind of stuff that you disagree with the takes, but don't get it to the point where it's getting personal, man. Like that's
I
the
agree.
stuff that is all you guys, man. All you guys work hard, man, and then to get some hate, some bad talk or whatever from Jet fans, like, you're just taking it too far, man. We all want to see each other win. It'll eventually be here, man. It ain't gonna be next year, but it'll definitely be here. And it's one of those things where I don't see nothing tangible, man. With the players, what we got, man. I personally think Muji's a little overrated right now with what we got, man. Like,
okay.
You just point to the stuff, and then just like how I was critical on JD, and I bodied JD when he was here, man. I hated mostly everything that he did, man.
Yeah.
Word up, seriously, and just him staying like, having his feet cemented to the ground and not moving off on certain things, man. Like hearing Zach Wilson's name is like freaking nails on the chalkboard, man. Like come on, like stop talking about Zach. All right, even if you're trying to be funny, if you're trolling. Yo, that's like a trigger for me. Nonsense. But shout out to the coffee club members, man. Keep doing y'all thing. Number one Austrian Jet fan, man. Salute to you, JB, my guy, ND Jets, man. Take care of your health. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You gotta, make sure that health is number one. Everybody else is kind of, dealing with some stuff, whether it may not be some health stuff, maybe it's some mental health, whatever it is, man. It's January is one of those months, man, especially for us people in the Northeast, man. It's cold. Right now it's snowing. We're getting like I don't think it's categorized as a blizzard, but it's definitely coming down right now.
Yeah.
We're inside most of the time. Our type of fun as going to malls and stuff. Like
Right.
they ain't really too much, man. Of course, I would like to be in the sunny weather and all that, but I'm a Jersey dude, man.
Hell
Tri-state
yeah.
cat. Like, yo, this is where I'm at. This is where the roots are, man. You know,
Mhm.
support all that. You know, so basically, man, like that Garrett, Jason Garrett, man, yo, he's actually a Patreon here, man. Like he's
What?
during
Oh, cool.
yeah, during he lives in Montclair.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
Oh,
haven't seen him in a little bit. Montclair is maybe like 10 minutes away.
Okay.
But during COVID, that's when we
Oh,
like
that's
changed
awesome.
a little bit of our business model to implementing a curbside thing, you know, delivery, where we were like selling beer and cocktail packages and food. We basically became a liquor store that sold
Oh,
food,
cool.
you know, during COVID, because you couldn't have people in it at certain points and all that. So,
Mhm.
you know, I actually brought the stuff out, you know, helping out or whatever, you know, just talking to everybody. And yo, it was Jason Garrett pulled. I'm like, yo, I'm like, what up, coach?
Yeah.
He's like, he normally, you know, he doesn't dine in, but he gets
Makes
food to go.
sense. Right.
Maybe because, you know, the people and, you know,
Sure,
he
sure.
wanted to kind of be by himself or whatever. But
Yeah.
yo, he came by a
Oh,
couple
it's
times,
awesome.
man, during that time. So it was
Wow,
cool
I
to
didn't
hear.
know
Yo,
he lived in Jersey. Wow, so I
yeah,
mean,
Montclair,
wow,
man.
cool.
I don't know if he still has. I haven't seen him in a couple
No,
years.
sure, right, yeah.
But to hear that, man, yo, we need some kind of offensive
We
minds,
do.
man.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
hey, Tanner, I wasn't too high on him, but for me, I was like, yo, just give him some grace, man. You know, we had Fields. I'm saying had, you know, he's still technically on the roster, but you know, with Fields, you know, the 9 games, 60 like
Ugh.
60 yards and under in 4 of those games, like,
Disgusting.
you know, what is Tanner really gonna do? Like, I think he tried his best,
Right.
but just I think the lack of talent, the inefficiencies that we had at in that quarterback room, all those people that was saying let Brady cook, man. Yo, I got your names down, man. Y'all never forget y'all saying let Brady cook.
Let Tim Boyle. Yeah, we've had some bad runs here. We've had some
Yo,
bad
man.
runs. That's
So like for me, man, it was almost like, all right, but yo, I get it, man. Like, yo, there wasn't a lot of creative stuff. There wasn't a lot of stuff in motion and all, like there wasn't a lot. So for myself, it's like, all right, cool. All right, he's gone. And then, you know, we got rid of Wilkes and, you know, and then got rid of everybody else. But at the end of the season, yo, your man BG was standing there saying, hey, the season's on me.
yes.
This is what AG said.
100%.
He said the season's on me.
Mm-hmm.
What that silly ass dude do? He fired all of his coaches when he said, hey, guess what? Coaching is gonna fix this. That's your boy. He said coaching
He did say that.
is gonna fix this. And what he fired his coaches. We for real?
Yeah, that's
yo. This is I can't. And then we worried about leaks. We talking about worrying about leaks. Yo, we do better when there's leaks. What are we talking? What's this dumb stuff? Oh, we all concerned about leaks. We do better when there's leaks. And we don't even need no leaks because what he says tells us. He literally told us, yo, our quarterback can't throw. What, you would rather it come out in a leak that Woody Johnson behind the scenes says Fields, like we would be good if Fields could complete a pass. Like y'all rather that? Or you rather the owner say it right to us? There's no reason for no leaks. The locker room, we didn't have to worry about no leaks about the locker room being a mess. Yo, I told y'all months ago about all this silly stuff.
You did.
Yo, come on, man.
Yeah.
We weren't about leaks. We thought, oh yeah, no, there's less leaks. Man, stop with the silly stuff, man.
Yeah.
Y'all worrying about some leaks? We're better when there's leaks. What the hell are we talking about? Historically, the worst that I've ever seen. This is the worst I've ever seen. Yo, I haven't seen football being played like this ever.
Terrible.
Yo, I'm not even joking. Yo, I ain't even joking, my dude.
No, this
is crazy.
Yeah, it's not good.
And then we like, oh yeah, the defensive candidates that wasn't leaked. Who gives a damn? They're all buns. What the hell are we talking about? Almost saw total bien. Yo, this is
okay.
Yo,
Come on,
nightmare. Yo, wake me up, man. Wake me up when we out of this nightmare. And now we talking about Wink. Yo, that's the option.
He's gonna save us
from what?
Well,
from falling
well,
off a cliff.
maybe.
What we doing? Wink, that's the guy. Yo, man, he snowed in. I don't know why the hell he did this.
Yeah, how the hell did he get there? I don't know. Was that a private jet? How did he get through that weather? That's a good question. Yeah.
I just with him, because I don't know too much of his history, but I do remember him as a Giants, being over there.
Yep.
Him and Daboll, yo, they was button heads, man.
Oh yeah.
If this is a possibility of bringing him on,
yeah, it seems like
I wish it well, man. I really, come on, man. I'm paying to go to these games, man. You think I want to pay to see this dumbass stuff? Yo, what?
I just love how
play
blunt you are, Chef. You're very blunt.
It's so easy for these fans to be like, oh yeah, no, it's fine, it's okay. When you ain't going to the games, you ain't seeing this stupid stuff up front. Oh yeah, nah, let him cook. Oh, it's his first season, he's all right. Yo, what was Manchild saying? Give him another what? Jim, what are you talking about? It's what signs did you see? What's his brand? Yo, I tell you this.
Yeah.
Jake's thing is what he does well. My thing is the brand. What's the brand?
Sure.
What? Y'all talk about running and then you get on my boy Brees. Shut that silly stuff up, man. Y'all backwards with it. Y'all get your stuff right.
Well, it can't get worse, right?
It can't. We don't have any coaches. The only coach we have has no clue what he's doing, and he don't even coach.
Yeah, we just need some new coaches. Coaches. We get some new guys in here. We'll fix it.
My man, he never done this before.
Well, one time, you never cooked before, and then you cooked. He got that kitchen chef, and he started, I don't even know the term. Some paprika action, some frying, some poaching, some boiling. You got in the lab, and now you're this executive chef. Maybe AG can be an executive coach. You just got to get in the trenches, sort of start getting his hands dirty a little bit, start cracking a few eggs to make an omelet.
Hey, since you brought it up, let me pitch it.
Okay.
Let me throw it back to you. All right.
Okay.
In a way that everyone can digest this.
All right.
Hypothetical, right? Here at the restaurant,
Right.
the food now just turns to crap. We don't know how to cook. Everything is just a mess.
Okay.
Like, the sales are going down. Food is inedible. All that stuff. I'm the executive chef, but I fire the sous chefs. I get rid of some good cooks.
Yeah, sure.
You think the food's going to be different?
Maybe.
Maybe. I'm the executive chef. It starts with me. What are we? I could fire all these. What? And then
here's the
going to
thing.
get
I'm
better.
going to still go to your restaurant. I'm going to still eat your food. And even if there's a bad day at the office, I have a bad sandwich, I'm not going to be like, well, I'm out. I'm like, you know what? I believe in this executive chef. He is going to take us from the darkness to the light.
Yes.
So I believe. Yes.
And there will, hey, my guy, I appreciate you. But it will be you and maybe about 4 other people. And this place, the lights will be off.
Yeah,
the lights will be
I
off.
could eat in the dark. That's all right. I don't mind.
My God, the gas ain't gonna be on. There ain't gonna be no bills paid. The restaurant's closed, like for good.
Oh, jeez.
Yo, that's it. Yo, that's it, man. And that goes for most professions, man. Like, it gotta start with, if things ain't rocking, sous chefs getting fired, and the stuff ain't changing. It's at the top, man. And especially when our guy AG said it's on him.
Yeah,
this is what he said. So he has to go.
Mm-hmm.
He fired all the coaches.
Yeah.
The DC, we can say the OC too. Like, demote, like,
basically,
really?
right? Yeah, basically, yeah. It seems that way. Yeah.
But that was the plan A with these guys. Now we're looking at plan B, and the whole thing is like what I was screaming at all year, where I don't like the tanking because everyone's like, oh, we got these draft picks and we got all this cap space. Who the hell is gonna want to come here? I've been saying, what free agents wants to come to this?
Money.
Seeing all this. Who?
Pay him that money.
Grossly overpay. That's what we're gonna do, like we always do, to get people to come here. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. And
The
all this
season
cap
was
space.
the season was crap at 3-14, and now he's just got to he made some calls. Now he's got to call some audibles, the line of scrimmage, make a couple of homie touches. He's just got to make a few changes. He can turn this around. He can fix it. He's going to dig himself out of this hole. He fell in the hole. Now he's going to get out of the hole. He's going to climb out of the hole, and woo!
Dude, you keeping on with this stuff is the reason why you got your beard cut, man.
Well, that is true. It is a lot, and with these winter months, I could have really used it. It did used to keep me warm. Yeah.
What is it gonna take? Another crap season for you to be like, because you're not 100% bought. I already know that you're not 100% bought in with AG. You don't push back on a lot of the stuff that I say.
Well, it's hard. Again, what did Nanga say in here? Right, he had a comment here. Oh, here it is. Right, the coaching comment is pretty hard to defend. There's a few things AG has said that it's just I can't lie.
A few.
When he says, yeah, like
a few.
Well, a handful, a couple, several, where this guy said, oh boy, we're going to let Justin Fields really play quarterback. He said some arrogant stuff.
He's a winner. That's what he is.
Yeah, a winner. He's gonna allow him to play the quarterback position. Hey, Will McDonald, we saw a power move in training camp. Coaching. That's what it's about. Saying fuck you to the old coaching staff and the current one saying, that's what we're so good. That's why. And he had to eat a slice of, I don't know if it was served at the Cloverleaf Tavern, but a slice of humble pie, and had to have a slice of that warm and fresh and go, whoa. And he had to hit that back pedal real quick. So, no, he said some stupid shit that, quite frankly, as much of an AG supporter that I am, I don't know what to say for that. I don't know how to defend that. I don't know how to hit the back pedal on that. He just said some stupid stuff.
What has he said that's good?
Well,
let's go to that.
Well, okay, I can't say the pride one. That was another stupid one that he said for sure. So that was bad.
Man, instant coffee, don't hold.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah.
Big ships, man, all this dumb stuff.
Yeah, turning around a ship.
Man,
yeah, he did make a.
Stop.
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
Yeah,
we're 3-14. You remember in the beginning of the season, he was saying that he was talking about these coaches that he was calling and talking to and all that. Yo, they stopped picking up the phone.
Yeah.
He stopped saying, these coaches have never been in this stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta figure this out.
Yeah. It's gonna turn around, Chef. Don't worry. It's gonna turn around.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hopefully, eventually. You talking about winning a Super Bowl. When do you think that's gonna happen?
Wait, isn't that the Bob Marley song? Don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. Yep. See, don't worry about a thing. Everything's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
See?
Don't worry about a thing.
See?
Every little thing is gonna be all right. Man, I don't believe that. What are you talking about?
Oh, God. I thought I got you into it.
I like the song.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. That's half the battle, at least.
It's gonna be all right once he's gone, man. And all these coaches, all these premium coaches, that's it. It's gone. Like what?
I thought I had you there for a second.
Yo, man. Nah, I let go of the rope. He got rid of. He said his coach, and he got rid of all the coaches. Yeah. And then I remember a month ago.
Yeah.
Man, it's like 2 or 3 trolls, man. I don't like giving trolls any. They trolls. We all know.
Yeah, don't give them oxygen. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yo, when I'm talking about the cornerbacks, when I'm talking about the wide receivers dropping past this and that.
Sure.
They're like, nah, it ain't coaching. That's when you can't. I can't talk. I can't type. I can't do all that.
Yeah.
Because the people that call into the show, they don't say that dumb stuff. That you don't need coaching. Guess what? AG just fired all the coaches.
He did.
He's gonna replace them.
Sure.
You don't think we need coaching to fix this? Oh, it's not on the coaches, and then he just got rid of them all. AG said it's on him.
He did. That does look a little weird, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yo, everything he says, everything he does backwards. Why did it take so long for him to realize, like, let me move off on these guys? The reason why they got rid of Salah last year was what? To get a head start in the coaching process.
Yeah.
So how are we getting ahead now? The season was being cooked. What changed? What a vacay? That's what changed?
By the way, in random news, Mr. Famous Fulton has a question for you. Mr. Famous Fulton,
Good
please.
morning, Chef Kevin. How are you?
Hoosiers. Oh yeah. Let's hit it for you. Come on now.
Yeah.
The friggin' Hoosiers, man.
Congrats, Famous
Yeah,
Fulton, man.
congrats, indeed.
Thank you.
You beat
Appreciate
my team,
it,
man.
Chef Kevin.
You beat my
Oh
team.
yeah.
Thank
Congrats
you.
to
Sorry to
man.
bring that up for you, Chef. I am so sorry.
So hey, we was
Chef,
in it.
I have a question here.
Talk to me, man.
My Special Olympics is doing nutrition. Do you have any nutrition tips or anything?
Yeah, some tips for nutrition, Chef.
So what it's always carbs. You want pasta before your race. All right.
Mhm.
Stay away from the fast foods, the sugary food, food with a lot of oil, man. You got to stay away from it. But just worrying about eating lean and healthy. Like what are some things you like? Fish, chicken,
Well,
steak.
let's see. I kind of like hamburgers that much.
Oh, I love hamburgers. Oh yeah.
All right. So, we got the best burgers in Jersey, man.
100%
We got
BJ Sunday
the
tradition.
hardware, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know it. So Mr. Famous Fulton, the meat quality. So and also the blend. Like you want to go lean, man. All right. Like I understand you got to sacrifice some flavor because fat is flavor, but like the 80-20, 80 sirloin, 20 fat with a 1% variance up or down, whether 79 or 81, like, that's what we serve here. But for what you want, man, you got to look at like the 91%.
Okay.
All right. Like ground turkey. Go for the ground turkey burgers, man, because those traditionally don't have a lot of fat in it. And then when it comes to the bread, we all like a nice burger bun. Some people, the hot thing for a couple years has been the brioche buns toasted.
Brioche, yes.
Go for bread like a multi-grain bread. All right. And toast it without butter.
Oh, without butter. Okay.
Without butter, man. And then add avocado, lettuce, tomato. You gotta get some kind of nutrition in you. And then little side salad, man. You don't want to do the French fries with your burger.
I love French
little
fries.
side salad. I mean, I get a BG. I met you a couple times, man. You look like you're a French fry guy.
I appreciate that. I am. I love potatoes.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. We got waffle fries here, man, which are
Oh,
spectacular.
those are delicious. I just have to say, the waffle fries from Coverleaf Tavern. Oh my! Another order, please. Another order, please.
Let's go.
It's pretty good.
What else, Fulton? Stay away from the sweets, man.
Well,
sweet. Yeah.
So what kind of sweets can I not eat, Chef?
I mean, anything with sugar, man, stay away from. But you
all of
look
them,
for the gluten-free, no sugar added, like granola bars.
Sure,
those are pretty good. It's you're doing something really important, man. So it's all about that willpower that you have in you, where it's like,
whoa, yeah, oh boy, yeah. Mr. Famous Fulton sounds like you're going through a tunnel there, pal.
No, not going through a tunnel today.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, Mr. Famous Fulton, whoa, that thing's crapping out your walkie-talkie over. But there's some nutritional facts from Chef Kevin Gilbert. Wow. Sorry for folks for that audio issue. And Famous Fulton, again, thank you for gracing us with your presence. That is terrific. And good luck with the Olympics coming up there. That's amazing. Chef, again, no one can deny, obviously, your executive chef skills speak for themselves. But on top of that, you're blunt, you're direct, you're passionate. And that passion comes out in your food. That passion comes out in your takes. Whether you agree or disagree with Chef, you cannot deny the palpable energy that is in the room when Chef speaks. When he speaks, people listen. When his hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. That's Chef Kevin Gilbert, baby, right there. Mm-hmm.
This is the thing, man. Y'all got to see me in the games.
Oh yeah, I have.
Y'all got to see
Quite an
me in the
experience.
games, man.
Yeah.
It's all It's all organic. It's all natural. Like,
sure.
Yo, this is what it's the Jets. Yo, this is it, man. This is who I rock with.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm a Knicks. Yeah, I'm a Yankees. It's all love. I follow them and all that. Yo, the Jets, man. Like, come on, man. We could talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the games, the tailgates.
Sure.
You know, I meet people that that don't like my takes, and we talk. Yo, it's all love, man. Yo, I get it. At the end of the day, we all want to see wins, man. We didn't see a lot of them, and there's not much tangible things that show me that we're gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll sit back. I'll look at the draft.
Okay.
I hope we get my man Bane.
Ooh, me too.
All right. I hope we get him. Don't talk about no short arms or whatever. Talking about the stats. Talking about what you've seen in the games, man.
Mm-hmm.
Those people that talk about Phillips, oh yeah, he a monster, man. Look at his damn stats, man. Don't talk to me about Phillips being good. He need to work on his stuff, man. They all need to work on their stuff. Don't talk about no Stevens stuff. Mm-hmm. Talking about Stevens, don't talk about that stuff.
Let's go Ruben Bain, baby.
Yo, we gotta like it's on AG, man. It's on Muji. We giving the credit that they getting, man, is too much for me, man. We wins, man. Wins. That's it.
I want
it.
wins.
We can't talk about nothing else.
I want
wins.
Yes.
Build this up, man. But in order to get free agents now, they gotta know who the coaches are.
100%.
It's just AG. Nah, nobody coming here. We gotta get some coaches, man. Get this right. Get the draft right. Get the quarterbacks, man. We need the quarterback. The room has been awful. Get the quarterback right. We need that. I don't care. Yeah. Trade whatever picks, man. Get a quarterback. We got a line. Get a quarterback.
Yeah.
We got a running back. He's gonna get a bag. Get draft a wide receiver, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Arian Smith, man. I laugh at that funny stuff, man. I laugh at that stuff. And then BG, you said it a week or two ago. Like, yeah, he's we drafted a gunner.
In the fourth round.
Yo, you kidding me? Yeah. Anybody that defends that, like, oh, he's a good gunner, and we draft him with the number 4 pick. Yo, you stupid. Straight up. Don't talk about Arian Smith being a good 4th round pick, and yeah, he's a gunner. You don't know football.
Yeah.
You don't know football. Don't try to act like you do, because you don't. Yeah.
That's a tough pick there in the 4th round. Yeah.
We got to get this right. Yo, Ty Johnson, Josh Reynolds. This is what we had?
Yeah.
We pivoted off of them so quickly. Yeah. What, Mechie and Adonai, and I already told you that, and you guys fiercely pushing back. No, Chef, you don't know what you're talking about. They were getting overthrown and the balls were behind them and all that. Okay. They had a couple of nice touchdowns with us.
They also had a lot of drops. They did. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, a lot. Mucho drops.
We thought Lazard was bad?
Yeah. You're right. Go figure, Red. We replaced those guys with Lazard and
Yo, I felt more comfortable with Rucker catching the rock.
He had like a 98 or 100% catch rate this year.
Yo, he has hands.
He was awesome.
He has hands. He could catch the ball, but once he catches it, he turns into a statue.
Yeah.
The dude led the team with the least amount of yak yards.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's speculation. Speculation.
Oh, just the eye test. I see what you're saying. Yeah. He does have a lot of juice. Once that ball gets in the hand, he's sort of got a couple of white man moves.
He's a statue. There's no juking or nothing. But you can count on him catching the rock.
That's true.
It doesn't drop.
No.
For what it is, man. Long Island native, grew up a Jets fan and all that. Like,
and Chef, look at this.
It's hard to defend it, man.
Okay, you keep it straight. Number 1 Austrian Jet fan says we need to give some raffle tickets to Chef Kevin Gilbert, baby.
Wow.
Your passion and honesty has led to $10 Euro Super Chat, which is 4 raffle tickets to you, Chef, from Austrian Jet fan for your passion. He respects it and loves that you're keeping it real here. He's donating these raffle tickets to you, good sir, for our monthly contest.
I appreciate that, number 1, man. Keep doing your thing, brother.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, let's add that in. So, our boy Chef is now up to 13 raffle tickets so far this month. Terrific. And look at that. You have spoken to so much truth that the fan base is saying, raffle tickets for Chef. Hey, I respect it, Chef. Thank you for always keeping it real.
That's the only way I know, man. You'll see me. You come to the game, you'll see me.
100%.
Bottom line. 15 minutes away, 10 minutes away from the stadium. I'm in the parking lot. You'll see the smoke coming off my grills.
Hey,
I'm either lower level or second level, pending. I'm there. I know everybody.
Yep.
I'm in the trenches, man.
Well, I can't wait to do it again this year, Chef. I can't wait to do it again.
I don't run. I'm here. Things go. People run that way. I go this way.
He runs towards the storm. He runs toward the storm. That's Chef right there, baby. Chef, thanks, brother, and I can't wait to do this again. And again, thank you for everything you're doing for the community there with the snowstorm and everything that's going on.
That's it. We're the only restaurant open, man. Let's go.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate y'all, man. Zariah Luna, man. Happy birthday. Put them fours up, man. Let's go. Happy B-Day.
There he is, Chef Kevin Gilbert. Once we started the Fourth Corner High School, we used to go fours up for a football team. Fours up, baby, for Zariah Luna, Serenity, Eston, baby, my beautiful daughter. Thank you, Austrian, for sending those along. We have 600 people in the room, including 160 of those 600 watching on YouTube right now. Folks, make sure you smack that like button, baby. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button as well here on the channel as we continue our chase. We're 9 likes away from 100 likes here on the channel. Again, there's 150 of you in the room. Make sure you guys like the video. And we're 5 subscribers away from 8,320. So let's freaking go, baby. Man, we are pouring gasoline all over the Boy Green subscriber club. So appreciate you guys out in the audience. Let's go back to the phone lines. One of my favorites, man with the jet tattoo, Carl, joins us here on the show. What's up, Carl?
How you doing, Boy Green?
Excellent. Thanks for calling in.
Chef, step away from the ledge.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was intense.
Just kidding, Chef. I know you're passionate. Yeah. And listen, just because some of us Jet fans no longer live in New York.
Yeah.
So we don't have access to go to games.
Of course.
It doesn't mean we're any less of Jet fans than you are. Okay? For different reasons, we've moved out of the area.
Yeah.
I've been a Jet fan for longer than you've been alive. So I appreciate your passion. I really do. And I really like your take on things. But we're all Jet fans, and this has been a real positivity party today. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
We've had so much anti-Jet talk, and what I don't understand is this.
Yes, sir.
During the season, we complain about the coaches. Now we fire the coaches, and we complain because we fired the coaches.
That's it. I'm very confused.
Then we complain about we did not fire the head coach and we let all these big names get away. Yeah. Those big names were not coming to the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
None of them. Okay. Yeah. I think the most rational thing we could do right now, and look, I go back and forth too. Yesterday I was like, Aaron Glenn's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality of it is this: we don't have many choices here.
Right.
Okay. Our best choice right now, because if we would have hired Mike McCarthy, there would have been Jet fans out there saying, "Who wants Mike McCarthy?"
100%. 100%.
Before we hired Aaron Glenn, nobody wanted Mike McCarthy.
Right.
So we have Aaron Glenn right now. The man, if you got to put yourself in the man's place. The man knows he fucked up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He knows the things he did wrong. He seems like a smart man to me. He seems like he's passionate about this team. Let's give him a little bit of credit. Hopefully he learned from his mistakes.
Right.
Okay? Maybe the coach, Wink Martindale, he's going to be our DC, and he may not be everybody's choice, but, maybe he'll be better.
That's what you got to hope for.
Angstrand, I feel bad for the guy, but do we want a guy learning on the job, or do we want a guy that's going to give us something more right now, like Frank Reich? I don't know if we have time for learning on a job right now. So, look, let's just let this play out. We can complain, we can bitch and moan. We can do whatever we want. I've been watching this a long time. I've been I've gone through seasons where at the end of the year, I've thrown shit, I've broken shit, I've packed shit up, put it in boxes. I don't want anything to do with the Jets anymore, but you keep coming back. And I learned a long time ago that getting upset about it doesn't change anything. It just doesn't. So all I can say is this: hope Aaron Glenn learned his lesson. Hope we get some decent coordinators in here, and let's see what happens. That's all we can do. There's nothing else we can do. And there's just so much negativity about this team across everything, every football news show. We're a laughing stock. We're a joke. But let's not encourage that by being Jet fans with the same negativity.
Yeah.
Let's just try to be a little bit of positive. Sometimes, those positive vibes do have an effect on things.
I think so.
So if we just give positive vibes, maybe we're not going to like it, but that's about all we can do. We're powerless. We're powerless to do anything about it. And I'm just saying that right now, that's all we can do. We can hope. You have to have hope.
Hope is it. Hope is eternal. Carl, passionate call, and I love it. Carl, thank you for calling in. There he is. I give this, I don't know how often people ask me for advice in my life, but this is a mentality I love to live by. This is sort of to get inside the boy green head if you guys want to go there. You can't control the cards you're dealt in life, and that has a lot of interpretive meaning. If you're born into wealth, or you're born into poverty, or you're born with a defect, or you're born with this, that, or the other, or situationally, right? I can't control the cards that are dealt in life, and a lot of situations are beyond my control. But what you can control is how you respond to that adversity. And I've always said that. That's that's why I always try to have a positive disposition. I try to have a glass half full approach. I can't control some of the situations that are presented in my life, but I can control how I respond to those situations. So I feel like if I put positive energy into the universe, positive energy will come back. I try to manifest positive things. That's what I try to do in my life. Again, I know that doesn't vibe with everyone, especially in Jets land where there's so many battle scars. So I don't know how many people that resonates with, but that is something that's a strong core of my life that I try to live by. And hopefully that's an energy and a spirit that can be shared with you guys out in the audience. My beautiful fiance is here in the chat saying I'm wearing the wrong shirt. And yes, my fiance is very talented. We've been giving Zariah Luna happy birthday wishes all show. And I mentioned that my fiance did some awesome work with the dinosaur balloons and things of that nature. She made a custom shirt, a dinosaur shirt for my daughter, Zariah Luna, Roar, she's 4. And I forgot to put it on for the show. So I'd like to hereby apologize to my fiance and likely slip it on the couch tonight now. So that's unfortunate. Yeah. I sort of screwed the pooch there. Yeah. Well, whoopsie, but love the shirt. Can't wait to wear it immediately after this show is over. Folks, what a fun show. And again, passion is what it's all about. And I love, again, that we can share different opinions on this show. That is one of the coolest parts of this show to me. One of the coolest parts of this show to me is that we can feel differently. I say why I think Frank Reich would be interesting. Others have said, I think it sucks. But we can have back at Tanner Angstrand. We had the Kyle Clifton call in. I love that call. And he calls in and explains why that's, disconcerting to give up on Angstrand, considering his situation. Then I say, hey, here's how I feel. We can both coexist in this universe together, which, by the way, speaking of that poll, let's get back to it. Would you be happy out in the audience if Jets hired Super Bowl champion offensive coordinator, former quarterback Frank Reich as the play caller? 83% of you said yes, it'd be a good move. Again, that's not the temperature on Twitter, as I've seen, but that is it out there in the universe. So, again, I love that we can have different opinions. And again, I want to give a massive shout out to all of the super chats from the audience. Well, first off, I'll mention memberships, MFC, Austrian Jet Fan, all gifting Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Ant Jets 82 super chat, Austrian Jet Fan super chat, Chef Kevin Gilbert super chat, EZ super chat, MFC, Nanga Iboko, Mahar Khalil, Mad Mertz, Jets Worldwide, number one Austrian Jets fan. All of those super chats for my beautiful daughter, Zariah Luna, who turns 4 today.
Wow.
And another part of the show that I love is we're wrapping up here so I could go spend the rest of this birthday day with my daughter, is that I love that this show is certainly Jets. Obviously, it's a daily Jets talk video show program. But I absolutely love that I'm able to be as transparent and open as possible, whether it's behind me and it's a Bret Michaels picture and telling you that story about me, my dad, and Bret Michaels, or talking about my daughter, or talking about my son, or talking about my fiance. I try to be as transparent with you guys out in the universe. Look at that with the gleam. There you go. There's old Bret. Oh, jeez. Whoops. All right. Well, I screwed the picture on that one. I'm trying to adjust that for you. Yep. Stay. Okay. I was got attacked by Bret Michaels there. Anywho, the point is that that picture frame almost fell and killed me. The point is that I love that we could be as transparent as possible for this show and all together. And it's a pretty cool thing. It's a pretty cool thing, as I almost just died. All right. Well, everybody, I want to thank you so much for joining us on the show. Thank you for throwing all the fours up. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for all the love. And folks, we'll be back on tomorrow morning. Again, programming note, people. Every Monday show from this past Monday all the way through the draft. So this is going to happen throughout the month of January, throughout the month of February, throughout the month of March. And then for most of the month of April, we are doing a special draft show on Mondays. But instead of starting at 7:30, we're starting at 7. So tomorrow, folks, if you tune into the show and you tune in at 7:30, you're like, what the show's been going on for 30 minutes? Our draft analyst, Drew Beatty, we're accommodating his schedule. He can be on with us for essentially 45 minutes if we start the show at 7. So if you guys have draft questions, draft prospects, Senior Bowl week's coming up, so we'll be talking about that on the show. You guys, just a heads up, by the way, we'll be starting that show again tomorrow at 7 and every Monday after at 7 o'clock special start time. But of course, you guys can always rewatch the show on YouTube. Again, thanks everybody for joining us. One more plug. Shout out to the Man Child Show with Boy Green YouTube, the Man Child Show with Boy Green digital YouTube channel. That's a mouthful. Okay. Shout out to that. Because we reached 500 subscribers on the channel. And as Manchild, who called in earlier, said, we're giving away a $400 golf club. Now, it was supposed to be only for the first 500 subscribers. We got to 500 today. But Manchild called in and said he will take your submissions for the golf club throughout the rest of today, folks, before the show tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. So, again, if you want a chance to win a $400 golf club, all you have to do is subscribe to that link on your screen. It is absolutely free. Free. And I'll drop it in here on the show as well. Let me put this on. There you go. I just dropped the link there on YouTube so you guys can subscribe to the channel if you'd like. Again, let's frickin' go. You guys can, again, jump in and subscribe to that channel. Shout out to the first 500 subscribers, or shout out to reaching that milestone. So shout out to Manchild for reaching 500, both of us together on our new channel. And we'll have big announcements coming up tomorrow. And I see another super chat squeezing in. Another wow. Let's get to it, baby.
Wow.
Good to see my long-lost brother, Big Green, out there in the chat. $2 super chat. I want Gruden. Knock on wood. He didn't say which Gruden, but I think I have a feeling who he's talking about.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
We'll see. Again, I think one of the, not that this is what you're saying, but just to explain it to the audience, that the defensive coordinator is going to be one of the people they interviewed. I'd be surprised if a new name enters the mix there. I'd be very surprised if that occurred. But offensive guys, there's been no interviews, no set thing. So, yeah, all names are on the table offensively speaking, Big Green. So that's totally on the table. Thank you for another super chat. Thank you for another wow. Wait, there's breaking news. Read the chat, BG. Whoa. Wait. Oh, is there breaking news? Could someone send in a super chat? Boy Green, what are people talking about? What happened? Breaking news. Wait. What's going on? Someone tell me. I'm looking on Twitter. Oh, wait. I just got tagged in something. Wait a second. What just happened? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Whoa. Breaking news. Holy freaking crap. What? Wait a second here. I see what you guys are saying now. Wait a freaking second. The Green Bay Packers have a new defensive coordinator. Wait. Let's put this on the screen. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for the delay of bringing it in, folks. Oh, yes. This is huge news. Huge freaking news, people. Let's get it. Breaking news before I go. Wait a gosh darn second. The Green Bay Packers have hired Jonathan Gannon, the former Arizona Cardinals head coach. We thought, I did a YouTube short yesterday, that it all looked pretty bad. The updates from the Packers people, it sounded like Ian Rappaport said that Jim Leonard and the Packers have mutual interest in a partnership. And I felt terrible because I'm like, oh my God, there's all these Packers connections here, man. And I'm like, oh, geez. What is all this? He's from Wisconsin, like we're fucked. But wait a second. All of a sudden, we're back in. Jim Leonard is back on the table. They didn't wait. And I told you guys this for the Cowboys, that I thought that, because again, so let's explain the rules real quick. Oh my freaking God. Yes. We weren't looking at Jonathan Gannon, so you can freaking have him. Maybe he's great. I don't give a shit, but that means Jim Leonard is back available. Okay. Here's how the rules works. Jim Leonard currently on the Denver Broncos staff. Okay. We, the Jets, can't speak to him for a second time. We did the first interview virtually. The second interview can be in person, but we and none of the other NFL teams can speak to him until tomorrow. Whether they win or lose, the Jets are allowed to speak to him in person tomorrow if it's reciprocated, and Jim Leonard wants to do an in-person interview. The earliest they can do it is tomorrow, which is exciting, great news, potentially. But I thought the Packers being a late arrival to the party would be bad news for the Jets. But now with them going in a different direction, the Jim Leonard dream is back alive, baby. What a roller coaster. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, that would be nice. I'm like, oh, boy, are we going to get Jim Leonard? All these Jet fans tell me, Jim Leonard isn't going to even interview there. And then they released the first round of interviews, and they did interview Jim Leonard. So all of a sudden, I'm like, oh. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, wait, now he's back in the picture. And then we heard the Cowboys were after him. I'm like, oh, no, back down. And then the Cowboys hired someone else because they didn't want to wait. They wanted to hire their guy. So the Cowboys went a different direction. And then I was back up. And then the Packers came in. I'm back down. And now the Packers have hired a different guy. So I'm back up. Yeah, baby. Come on. We're back in the race. Let's go. Toot. So all of a sudden, it's back to being a possibility. Maybe. Again, we haven't heard anything on the wing thing yet. I know that some people suggested that perhaps that could be a direction to go, but now all of a sudden the dream is back alive because Jim Leonard could be, oh boy, guys, we need to hope that Jim Leonard wants his job. Again, if Wink's the guy, so be it. We will accept what it is. But the Jets should at least wait to see if you could speak with Jim Leonard and see what's up, because some of the top jobs are flying off the board. They're flying off the board. This could be good because here's the thing. Okay. Think about this. Okay. The Beat says Wink Martindale is a favorite, and maybe they're right. They cover the team and they have all their sources, but maybe AG in his cone of silence doesn't want the real info to get out. The Beat thinks it's Wink Martindale, but what if it's not Wink Martindale? What if that's what AG wants them to believe? Because really, he has Jim Leonard in his sights. And if he has Jim Leonard in his sights, that could be the real guy. And then that could be a very intriguing hire for AG. A lot of people say, oh, AG, I don't know. I don't know if he can bring anyone in. But what if he brings in Jim Leonard? What if he brings in old Jim Leonard, who all of a sudden has the connective tissue? It's back alive. Jim Leonard played for the Jets. He played for the Jets from 2009 to 2011. Those were the glory years. Went to back-to-back AFC championship games. During that time, he could want to come home to mama, where he was with the Jets. But also, at the end of his playing career in 2014, he was on the Cleveland Browns. That was his final year in his playing days. But that was AG's first year of his coaching career. AG directly worked with Jim Leonard because he was the assistant DB coach. Jim Leonard is a safety, which is also another term for a DB. So Jim Leonard and AG worked together. And then Jim Leonard was on the Denver Broncos, and Darren Mucci was on the Denver Broncos. So you get Mucci, you get Leonard, they connected, AG and Leonard connected, and then Sean Payton, the Broncos head coach, is the mentor to AG, and that's AG's guy. More connective tissue. AG, Sean Payton, Darren Mucci, Jim Leonard, Aaron Glenn, Jim Leonard. Maybe it's a possibility. Oh, yeah. And then Jim Leonard, and think about this. Okay. So some people just say, oh, Boy Green only wants Jim Leonard because he played for the Jets. Does that help? Of course. That doesn't hurt, but that's not the reason that no. That's not the reason why I want Jim Leonard. That's not the reason I want Jim Leonard. The reason why I want Jim Leonard is because he comes from one of the best defenses in the NFL. That's the Denver Broncos. Okay? It's the Denver Broncos. Some people say the Houston Texans, but whatever. It's one of those two. Okay? Jim Leonard is around smart defensive minds. This is a copycat league, baby. It's a copycat league. Okay? You want to get people from the best defensive league and see if you could bring that over. That would be an inspiring hire for the New York Jets because he comes from a very smart defense. He was heralded for his intelligence as a player, and I knew it, Alon. I knew it, you bastard. I see it. See, you called in and laughed, saying, "Oh, Jim Leonard, it doesn't sound like it's going to happen." But all of a sudden, now it's back alive because that was a team that was going to hire Jim Leonard, but now they've hired someone else. So now it's back alive, Alon. All of a sudden, where are you now? Yes, the Jets are back in the sweepstakes for Jim Leonard. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. It was all part of the master plan. And now the Jets could get Jim Leonard. Yes. Okay, let's see if AG can bring him in. All these people saying AG doesn't have any influence over these coaches and he can't get him in here. It was just a courtesy interview. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Jim Leonard, Jets. It's back alive. Nice. Again, on the Jim Leonard thing, there's a couple of things here. Again, just to reiterate, there's all the connective tissue I just said. He would be an inspiring hire because he'd be an inspiring hire because he's from a Broncos defense that's been very good. He was a very smart player in the NFL for a decade. He's called plays before. He did it at Wisconsin. And then he jumped to the NFL. And after 1 year as just a positional coach, he then was promoted to assistant head coach. Okay? He continued to rise up the ranks. People like Jim Leonard. That would be nice. I'd love that hire. I would love that hire. That's my dream target for the Jets. And now it's back alive. Let's hope and pray. We'll put up another YouTube short talking about the latest updates here and all the juice. But what a way to end the show. Baby. Yeah. It's great news. Thank you guys for the breaking news. It took me a second. And guess what? A bunch of people were tagging me on Twitter because they know. Oh, yeah. Let's see if we could speak it into existence. We're just talking about positivity. You put it out there in the universe, and who knows? Alon, by the way, you can shove it. I'm not doing no beard bets. I'm just going to will this into existence. I don't need to bet my beard on bupkis. I learned my lesson. But that is great news for the New York Jets. That's great news. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Thank you guys for sharing the news and screaming it in the chat. Oh, my God. NC Green, by the way, says, I'm old, so 7 a.m. is late. Okay, good. Glad you guys will be on it. All right, folks, we'll have more updates to come and hopefully good updates there on Jim Leonard. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. All right, everybody. I got to go take my family out to breakfast as long as we can get out of the house for the snowstorm. But we'll get a YouTube short up on the good news, bad news, good news, bad news, back to good news. Jim Leonard, Jets, the dream is alive. The dream is alive. And I have one more thing that I want to do. One more thing I want to do. I want to play a little something. I want to play a little something here. Okay. Let me see if I can pull this up quickly. We'll see if I can pull this up quickly. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Because this will be a good way to end it. This will be a very good. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Let me see if I can get this for you guys real quick. I don't know how many, people out in the audience, okay, are familiar with this potential pop culture reference that's going to come here on the show. But folks, sometimes in life, you have a moment, you have an opportunity where you can choose to believe or not. Some people need to see Santa's fat ass come down that chimney to believe in Santa. Some people need that. But the definition of faith is belief without evidence. That there's no evidence that something's going to happen, but still, for some reason, you just believe that it's going to happen. You just, again, sort of speak it into the universe. Some people feel that way. And I'm telling you out in the audience that I believe that something we need to do every once in a while is go back to our child forms where we were just so committed. We just have this belief that something was going to happen, even though maybe every fiber of your being says it wouldn't. Sometimes, we do it for Christmas. My Christmas tree's still up. I haven't taken that down. It's a month after Christmas. I should probably work on that. That's neither here nor there. But the point is that when you see your child wake up on Christmas and go over to the presents and their life and eyes are full of excitement and jubilation and everything else that exists out there in the universe, that they just sort of rally and come together here. They rally and come together and just think that, you know what? Maybe it is all real. Maybe, in fact, it is. So my advice on the way out of this program, my words to share are this. So I lean into the microphone. People ask me, Paul, do you think Jim Leonard is going to be the next defensive coordinator of the New York Jets? And I only have one thing to say.
But I choose to believe that it is. I believe. I believe. I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe it's possible. I believe it could happen. Right, Hep? It could happen, Hep.
Hey, that's what I just called to say. Wink is snowed out, so he didn't make the call. He didn't make the trip in today.
He didn't?
No, because it's snowed out. All the airports have been closed and everything. So that's still an option too. Maybe the gods are stepping in for us for a change.
Here's a random story. I'm going to forget the player's name, unfortunately. But okay, so the Jets. Yeah, I'm definitely going to forget the player's name. So it was at the end of the season. It didn't matter. It was like week 17, week 18. The Jets had all these injuries. They threw everybody on IR. And they wanted to bring people in for workouts. So they'll call an agent and say, hey, we want your guy. Fly up to New York. We'll do an interview or a workout. The Jets called the guy. He was in Texas. And they said, whoever this player is. It wasn't a big name like Patrick Mahomes, but it was like a sizable free agent name. And the Jets said, we want to work you out with a bunch of other guys. Sure. And as he was attempting to fly to the Jets, his flight got canceled. And he was trying to figure out another way to get there. And the Jets never worked out that guy. And they signed somebody else that was just there. And so it was fate. Maybe if that guy makes the trip and he lands with the Jets, maybe he gets the job instead of Raheem Blackshear, who, by the way, was the guy who ended up getting signed instead of that guy. But the point is that, to your point, life, right? The Jets couldn't stop the guy couldn't get there. Well, we got to make a decision based on the guys we have. He couldn't get here. We need to pick this. So Wink, that was
So?
supposed to fly. And all the reporters say, well, within the next 24 hours, a deal could get done. But what if the deal doesn't get done? What if he doesn't make the trip? What if the fuel is out of the plane and now all of a sudden the Jets suddenly are the benefits of time? And now all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, I guess we can do that interview with Jim
And,
Leonard.
and money is the great equalizer. Let's put it that way. The
that
checkbook
it
is the
is.
great. Put some golden eggs on that side of the scale, and you'll see it go the other way. Who knows? But we're still open. We still have a shot.
That's it.
Happy birthday, Zariah Luna. We love you on the channel, and happy Dinosaur Day.
There you go.
Peace out,
He's
guys.
gonna love it. There he is. Hep. Again, folks, I leave you with one question. Do you believe? Do you believe? Because I believe. It's back on like Donkey Kong, baby. Like the video, hit subscribe, and we'll have more coming for you here on Boy Green's YouTube channel. I am Boy Green, and for some reason I decided to speak in third person at the end of the show. God bless, and take care.